The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, sir. Speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. It is Feel Good Friday, January 28th, 2022. The Royal Rumble's tomorrow. Championship game Sunday. Let's have a day. Yeah! So thankful you could join us here at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. You are the best humans on earth. We appreciate you so much. There's a lot to talk about today. We have a first-time guest, Akshay Bhatia.
Whoa. Okay.
And the 19-year-old golfer that we chatted about, I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I'm not 100% sure. Topicalness of Akshay Bhatia has passed, but this is a guy that we are going to be talking about for probably the next 30 years. The 19-year-old golfer that went on the Corn Ferry Tour and won the Bahamas Super Extravagant Expo.
Yep. Great Exum.
Grand Exum.
Grand Exum.
Classic.
Dude's a stud.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Has his caddy, is his girlfriend, but she wasn't always his girlfriend. She was just a random lady on Instagram that he sent a DM to while he was in Texas in needing of a caddy for the weekend's tournament. Graduated high school when he was 17.
Wow.
Tried to become a professional golfer immediately upon happening. This dude's unbelievable at golf. And he's a Callaway golfer.
Oh, smart man.
Part of the team. Part of the family.
Smart.
Welcome.
I think he's probably welcoming me. He's probably been in the Callaway family longer.
Well, no, you've been a Callaway
You've
guy
been
your
a
whole
Callaway
life.
guy, yeah.
No, I have not.
No,
I have not actually, but
Oh, so are
I'm
we
pretty
still-
sure one of the clubs in your back was.
has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, since the get
Might have been TaylorMade too, and we all know how that whole thing is.
Yeah.
Anyways, Akshay Bhatia is here. Hey, baby! He'll be here in about 25 minutes or so. Ian Rapoport will join us in the second hour to chit-chat about all the news that is happening around the NFL. There are some stories becoming much clearer in some places. Josh McDaniels looks like he's going to be the Raiders head coach. Did not know that was going to happen or expect that to happen, especially just a couple years after Josh McDaniels turns his plane around mid-flight over to Indianapolis to announce him being a head coach, and everybody just assumed that Kraft and Belichick and everybody said, why don't you just come on back home? All right, we'll pay you some money. You'll be the next head coach here. Everybody assumed that was kind of the arranged marriage between Josh McDaniels and the Patriots. Now I guess things are very heating up for him to be the Las Vegas Raiders' next head coach. All of the assistants that Bill Belichick has had that have gone on to be head coaches, including Josh McDaniels whenever he was with the Broncos, have not had much success.
No.
I mean, it is not great at all. Winning percentage for all of them, 41%. Ooh. Think about that.
Not good.
Not great.
That's a lot. There's 7 of them that have been assistants that have come from the Bill Belichick tree. This is via Josh Dubo's tweet at Josh Dubo AP.
Okay, there you go.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, dude.
Associated Press.
Yeah, he's part of the press that is associated with each other.
That's right.
Wow.
And they have a lot of power, the Associated Press.
Oh, a ton.
I believe they also got photographers. They got their own line of photographers.
You bet.
Hey, Josh Dubo don't fuck around.
No.
It's like an AP class.
So whenever yeah, for sure. A lot of AP classes.
Right.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
To get into the AP.
Okay.
Actually, a part of the AP interview process is going back to see if you were in AP classes because you were an AP person from the beginning.
Okay.
If you get into the AP, this is a fucking different level of press.
Wow.
It's the associated one. So Josh Dubo was the one to put the tweet out and said, Bill Belichick, 7 Patriots assistants, Josh McDaniels, Romeo Crennel, Eric Mangini, Bill O'Brien, Matty Patricia, Brian Flores, and Joe Judge have a combined win percentage of 41 in 5 playoff berths in 27 seasons as head coaches.
Nice.
O'Brien had 4 of them whenever he was down there in Houston. Mangini had 1 when he was at Cleveland. That's crazy to even think about. I thought that was just a massive failure. Was it there or was it somewhere else? Jets?
Jets, maybe?
I thought it was Cleveland, and that was the only playoff berth they had, and then they got Joe Thomas the next year.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, whatever the case, that whole coaching tree stinks. And we don't know why. None of it makes sense to me. You would assume if you were around the greatest of all time, both general manager and head coach, osmosis would funnel through and you would at least soak up a little bit of goodness. But I think what happens is every coach that leaves the Patriot way goes to another place and tries to implement their version of the Patriot way. But the problem with them implementing their Patriot way is they don't have the resume of the fucking Patriot way, and they don't have success early, so it's hard to continue to be a dickhead, hard-ass, this is how you win, I've seen it in New England coach, if you lose. It's just a tough thing to do. Teams and players and even your assistant coaches and equipment managers and trainers, everybody's like, hey, pal, we'll continue to live this miserable life as long as you win. But if you lose, there is other ways to do this. We have experienced it. We ain't doing it anymore. And that, I believe, has been the problem with the coaches that have left New England and gone elsewhere. I understand that they've seen how success is, but that's after 20-some years of building that culture. I'd assume Bill Belichick was a little different his first couple years as a head coach than the culture is now whenever he was trying to implement it. Maybe he came in and was just an immediate hard ass to everybody and that whole thing, but he's also a brainiac. So they're probably winning games and there's probably a lot of hope. If you come in, you're a hard ass and you stink, you're going to lose the entire facility. For whatever reason, the Belichick tree has been very fruitless whenever it comes to other head coaches around the NFL. But maybe McDaniels with another attempt out there in the Raiders with Derek Carr at quarterback for at least another year. It's being reported that Josh McDaniels is, I think, a fan of Derek Carr, and then some GM that they're thinking about bringing in is also a fan of Derek Carr. Richie Bisaccia, hell of a run, though.
Yes, good run.
Thank you, Richie.
Thank you, Richie. Richie Bisaccia, the Paisan interim head coach after the email scandal with the Washington football team being investigated by the NFL led to John Gruden.
That's right.
Getting shit canned.
See you, John.
It was like how many 670,000? How many 570?
600,000.
Seven, whatever. There was hundreds and hundreds of thousands of emails that were not seen. But we did see John Gruden's. We don't know if those were standard emails from John Gruden, his worst emails. We don't know if that's just every single day. Whatever the case, saying terrible things that you should not say or call people or even referencing conversation just because we have learned at this point of life that there are people that lives get completely flipped upside down whenever some words are said. And I just think we live in a much different time that's understanding of people's happiness and whatever makes them happy, let's do it. Anyways, Gruden, he's gone. Richie Bisaccia now is ready to go. They had guys in jail right now, I think, currently for intoxicated drive that was going 170 miles an hour or something. Reckless driving, and ended up killing somebody, I think. Manslaughter. That happened in the middle of the season. Good player. Another guy had guns in his Twitter store, his Instagram story, and was threatening to kill. I mean, and they got cut. And then Mayock was like, what am I doing? I mean, I wasn't allowed to do anything when Gruden was here. Now everybody's just saying I'm a lame duck guy. So absolute nightmare of a situation over there. And that team was able to persevere and get wins. And I'm not saying it's 100% because of Richie Bisaccia, but goddamn, he had to do something over there. Yeah. He's now being looked at for maybe special teams coordinator for the Bears. I'm like, well, maybe. Richie Bisaccia, what is going on here? He took a car crash, put the whole thing back together, and got that car into a race. And then now it's maybe he'll interview over there in Chicago for special teams coordinator. I'm like, hey, Bisaccia, hey, how's your family?
Good on family.
We hope Mark Davis at least gives you a little. Yeah. Here's an envelope, a little wedding, and maybe a funeral, maybe a birthday, whatever. Bring the envelope. That's what I hope Mark Davis does because he deserves it. But McDaniels is heading over there one day after Eberflus was announced as Chicago Bears head coach, and allegedly Pep Hamilton of the Houston Texans, formerly of the D.C. Defenders, and also the Indianapolis Colts and Stanford, and I believe the Chargers last year. He's interviewing, I think, for the offense coordinator up there in Chicago. Eberflus is kind of piecing together his team. Hopefully the Chicago Bears get it figured out. Eberflus. Allegedly, Byron Leftwich is the next head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think it's been officially announced yet because there was allegedly a standoff between Byron and Town Mayor Balky, who, for whatever reason, has not won over Jacksonville. For whatever reason, he is not. Byron Leftwich said he would like Adrian Wilson, who has been with the Cardinals for the last 7 years in the scouting department, former player as well, to be the general manager and kick Balky out of there. How will that play out? If there's a former player at GM and a former player at coach, obviously all eyes will be on that from the coaching, from the media world, from all the other players' world. Hope they have nothing but incredible success. Congrats to them. Then you look out at the Denver Broncos situation. position, a highly coveted job, because that team was fucking good. They were good.
Yeah.
Defense, like
Defense,
top 5
unbelievable.
defense or something like that.
Lot of weapons.
And they lose Von Miller.
Yeah.
Von Miller, they trade him away in the middle of the season. Von Miller obviously closing games for the Rams, still has a lot left in the tank, an absolute stud. They get rid of Von Miller somehow in the middle of that season, and they get better on the defensive side of the ball. Nothing makes sense to anybody about anything anymore. Hey, I'm not getting into it.
Well, you could. It's about time somebody hears it.
Bro, this is a lot of people I'm seeing just driving alone with masks. I'm like, am I missing something? I don't know what I'm missing. In our world, in my sphere, in the world that I live in, which is, very much, I got my blinders on.
That's right.
Brittany, future Mahomes.
Yes.
Right.
Current.
Team Brittany, by the way.
Team Brittany.
Kind of.
Interesting spin on that. She was just, and this is just one incident. And by incident, I'm saying example, not incident, because I don't think it was an incident. She was celebrating with all of Kansas City, and they were all everybody was jumping on top. Give me more champagne. I think everybody underneath was there. That stadium was completely filled. Right now, they're saying in Los Angeles, the Niners and the Rams, StubHub is saying that this is on track to be their best-selling playoff game. What the fuck does that mean? Okay. Sam Farmer, StubHub says that the 49ers-Rams is on track to be the #1 best-selling playoff game in the site's history. What does that mean?
Because Ticketmaster blocked all the purchases from San Francisco fans for that day, so they probably all went to StubHub.
Yeah, but that was the secondary market, right? And the secondary market always existed. Is that what they're saying, that San Francisco is buying more tickets? Is that why the secondary market is so hot? And is that their #1 best-selling playoff game? Because doesn't every playoff game sell out? What the fuck? I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it would be the secondary markets. That means a lot of Niners fans are. Anyways, look at that picture of all those people just standing on top of each other. I'm in an arena every Friday, packed people.
A lot of people.
And then there is people right now, and by the way, I need to learn more. Okay, I need to learn more, obviously. I need to understand why this is happening. But it's happening more than it has happened in the last year. I'm seeing a lot of people just double masked up in their cars driving down the street all by themselves. We are in 2 very different worlds right now. And I didn't even know, I don't even think I knew that. Are we going back? We can't go back.
No, we're not.
We can't go back.
No, they're trying to do that in Canada right now, and they're goddamn shutting down the country because everybody's, rallying to Ottawa, I guess, to protest Trudeau. And now Trudeau apparently is falling back to the shadows. But you don't need to learn more. CDC just came out and actually said natural immunity has more benefits than, some of the other
Listen, I don't know about any of this. I'm not getting into this.
Hey.
I am just doing a stat that from myself. Every Friday, and now Friday and Saturday, for the last 9-10 months. Now, I don't know how long it's been. Maybe 8 months?
2020 March.
Yeah.
Probably 8 months, probably. Packed arenas. Just people, what in their car, all by them. I don't understand who's, am I?
No, because we're not going back.
What's going on?
We're not going back. I think it would be wild to think that after the Super Bowl, they're like, all right, we got the Super Bowl done. Now everyone just go back in your house. We're not doing
Is that going to happen?
I don't think so.
Not here, it's not.
I have never seen. I am getting to the. This morning, I'm driving in, a little snowy here. I'm seeing more and more. So people are driving in the snow. It's very. The governor here, by the way, I guess had no idea snow was coming. I mean,
It's not even wet snow.
I mean, geez Louise, pal. He needs more research on marijuana before he can get in there. Well, here's some more research. When it's 20 degrees and snow's coming, it's probably not going to be great for the roads. Maybe
get the plaza.
Get a truck on the road. That's not his. I mean, he's got bigger fish to fry, obviously, more research to do that. But I'm telling you, I've been seeing people on a very regular basis with it. I'm like, I must be wrong. Am I going to die? What are they doing? What is everybody? What is going on?
Stat that you're not going to die.
Stat that we don't know. Stat that is on every team.
That's right.
Stat that people are dumb.
Statistically, the air vents.
Stat that you might be the one that's dumb.
Stat that I am dumb.
Stat that so am I.
Stat that why are people driving with masks on?
Stat that they might be also
Dumb.
like
Stat
us.
that.
Stat that.
Stat that.
Anyways, nothing
dumb.
makes sense anymore.
Yes.
Okay, nothing makes sense anymore. But the coaching hiring process should be absolutely glorious to watch. We'll have Ian Rapoport on in about an hour to break down more of that. At Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor, who is obviously knee-deep in information.
Always.
I mean, it really sounds a stat that.
Hey, whatever the CDC says, because they're the they're the NFL of these disease control centers.
But at one point, the CDC,
Well said.
the CDC, right, we were on the outs with the CDC.
That was,
yeah,
I
they're
thought
back.
that was who? The World Health Organization.
Well, that's a whole
also
different-
them too.
Yeah, I mean, there was this is just idiot looking in from the outside. I've heard that we're out on all these people, and
Nah,
it's like,
trust
well,
the CDC.
Well, then misinformation's on this program, but nobody else is giving any, right?
No, but
on
the
any of the
people-
other programs.
No. The people who disagree with us as far as driving with masks on are the ones who are listening to the CDC the closest, typically.
But when I go into a place, let's say I walk into a place in California,
Okay.
and it says masks are required, masks are recommended or
Encouraged.
something, strongly recommended, unless you're fully vaccinated or something.
Okay.
So if you're fully vaccinated, it clearly says on the sign that is put on the thing to protect, and then you walk in there and everybody has masks on, and I'm fully vaccinated, and I'm like, the sign literally just told us not. So all you people aren't vaccinated. So are you?
No, they're just.
So you're not vaccinated, everybody in here? And should I put them? I don't know what to do. But it is crazy. The different. It's almost like it's getting even worse too. How is that even like how?
Yeah, we need Kornacki on this one.
Well, yeah, we do need a little Kornacki. But these people in their car, they said that the air conditioning potentially created a different variant of Omicron and Delta. And guess what? Old 19 hopped in the fucking right in the spark plug, and fucking cooked up through there and comes right through the air conditioning. So make sure you wear it by yourself in your car with the windows up, when you can barely see out because of how bad the snow is to begin with. I mean, make sure you do that.
Well, and I drive a Ford, and Fords are known to be COVID-proof as well. Throw that in a stat that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
what they
I
say.
seen a Ford this morning.
That's what they say.
I seen a
Not
Ford
that
this morning.
Ford. Not that Ford, dude.
Damn.
Anyways, what is going on with the world? We can't go back. I can't.
We ain't going back.
We don't have enough time.
You're right.
What does that mean?
To live?
No, to dive into it.
Yeah, well, you have all the answers. Let's move on. I will dive into it with you and Connor off air one time.
Well, I don't know.
We
if
know
Connor, I
exactly.
don't know how right Connor was.
Well, nobody
pretty
does.
right.
I mean, nobody. Of course, Connor isn't right. I mean,
That's
what are we
kind
talking
of the problem,
about?
right? Is you can kind of just say whatever you want when it comes to it.
Hey, CDC.
Hey, what?
I ain't saying
We did just fact check Connor a little bit. We went to the CDC website.
They did not
And
say
nowhere does it say what he said.
Someone said it on the internet.
So that's the problem.
Bingo.
Yeah, and someone also said on the internet, if you drive with a mask on, your chances of getting COVID decreased by 82%.
Stat that. So they did the exact same thing you just did.
Yes.
Right, but you're on the other side. They're on that
Yeah,
side.
I'm trying to flip the goddamn narrative, Pat. I'm sick of this shit.
Well, that's the problem. Right? That's the problem.
The science is always changing.
We are making progress here.
Me too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Jace, I don't know about that.
I don't know what he said.
La resistance.
I thought he said citizens arrest because I'm about to do that.
Dude, to yourself, I mean,
Yeah, I'll bring myself in.
anyways, congratulations. You did a great job, but you brought us to a great point. That does seem to be the problem.
Right.
And I don't know how it gets fixed.
I don't either.
I have no
I
idea.
think we're well past that.
Dude, I don't invest enough time into all of it because the people that do, they got to be miserable because I don't know if there's anybody that wins. I mean, potentially Connor.
It's not that bad.
Might have sucked. I was about to say, I might have dragged a couple of the boys in here. But it's been alarming how many people I have seen. And I have a pretty good drive home every day. And it's basically the same exact, it's the same exact, well, I guess it's changed now because they just shut down a fucking road out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened?
When's that gonna be done?
What is this guy doing? Come on! He needs more research, huh? I need more research, too. I mean, how is this all happening? But I drive home basically the same way, same path, see a lot of cars every single time. And it had not been as much lately. It's been like the last 6-7 days, I think, driving in here. It's just been nothing but all by themselves. And I'm like, holy shit, am I missing a memo? Like, what? How is that going? And then I hop on a plane, I fly to an arena, and there is 15,000 people on top of me screaming. It's like, what is the world?
Yeah.
Well, what the world is, it seems like, is potentially people reading stuff that kind of fills their thing, and then boom, hammer it home. Bang,
Yeah.
I'm a better person than you are. Boom, no, you aren't. You're an idiot. Bang, I'm much safer than you, though. You're killing people. Boom, we're all killing people. Bang. That's, I mean, it's,
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a never-ending cycle.
Well,
Pretty much.
Yeah, I just feel bad
Yeah,
for
this
the
is all.
people.
Here's to it.
Hey, here's to it.
Here's to it, huh? Feel good Friday to everybody out there fighting a good fight. I just want to let you know, from my StatDat research, a lot of masks on. People all by themselves.
Can't go back.
I feel bad
Are
for
they
the people.
cloth?
Oh, well, that is a whole nother story, I guess, right? I mean, that's.
What?
I was wearing that gaiter,
You might have to
for
be
a bit
wearing a
back in the day.
napkin.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I was wearing a gaiter for a little bit back in the day. I guess I was just worst human of all
Oh,
time.
breathing it in. And
No, not
pushing
even
it
breathing it
out.
out. I was just
Yeah.
spitting it on people. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry we didn't know that. And then the N95 came and went.
The what?
At 95.
You don't exactly. That's
the problem.
That's the problem.
You ever worked on a
95.
construction site?
You ever fucking paint anything, pal?
Boston sand and gravel?
No, not often.
You
I
ever
just
think
let-
about getting your fingers dirty a little bit?
No, I just let the asbestos get into my lungs, and I think that's what's carried me this far into COVID. Are we sure these people their faces just aren't cold, and they're just wearing masks to keep their faces warm?
Well, I mean, maybe they were choosing to use those hospital-looking masks
Hold
as a
suckles.
thermal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heat's broke. Don't need a scarf.
Give me the blue little
Yeah.
thin thing.
Yeah.
So used to it at this point. They're like, man, last winter wasn't this bad because we had those masks on.
I will say, going forward, we'll know exactly how masks are supposed to be worn. Like 10, 15 years from now, I'm in a hospital.
Yeah.
And some nurse that has just kind of forgotten about the whole COVID thing comes bebopping in with the mask below the nose. Excuse me.
Jesus
Fucking
Christ.
please cover the nose. Huh? That's where it's all coming.
What are you doing, lady?
I was watching Bronny James play basketball with that thing as a chain on.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool. I think that's just for swag.
It doesn't look cool.
Well, I think it was they had to wear them, and they said, "You got it."
Yeah.
And just put that son bitch on right underneath
Yeah.
their chins.
I told the
I thought
boys
it
the
was
other day
style.
if I had to wear one in high school playing sports, I would have fucking moved states.
Tony.
You would have had
Said
to.
that the other day.
What would you say, Coach, to your dad? Coach, we need to pick up and get out of here. You see what they're trying to do to my face out here? It's unbelievable.
Probably would have been with it.
Who, Coach?
Yeah.
I honestly maybe put him in the back of that H1.
You're right, Ken. Let's go. Go
All right,
to Ohio.
Tom. All right, Tom. We get 2 miles a gallon on this thing. We'll drive straight down to Texas for you, pal. What a life.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the states that really need to carry this baton forward because now all my stuff's getting back checked and I can't spin any narratives these days. You know, it's like, Jesus, all right, Texas, Ohio, it's up to you now.
These
Good
days,
luck.
I can't spin any narratives these days. You're a
Ridiculous.
terrible guy. Why don't you stop spinning narratives?
I'm not trying to spin narratives. I'm just reading something on the internet. Boom, that's gospel. And I'm not going to double check it. I'll let someone else do it way later.
And what you were just doing there, obviously, was a great theatrical work of what
Yes.
is wrong with the world.
The misinformation on this program.
No,
reached
no.
whole
No,
new
no,
levels.
we're done
Stat
with
that.
that.
Oh, we're not the only one, but I would like to let everybody please go fact check every motherfucking program in the history of programs. Now.
Stat that really started that back checking, really. And that's kind of where this whole entire, it's pretty fun to just say whatever you want and then no one have to double check you.
For instance, here's a good stat that the Cincinnati Bengals are the first team since the inception of indoor practice facilities to make it to the conference championship of their said conference without an indoor practice facility.
Wow.
Stat that.
Stat that. Congratulations.
That's real. Congrats, Bengals.
4-season state too. This isn't
Yeah, yeah.
this isn't like a warm state. This is a 4-season state.
in Florida.
Those boys have the grit. I mean, that Bengals squad. We talked to McPherson earlier this week. They have so much confidence, moxie, and swag. So much. Evan McPherson said he was eyeballing Adam Vinatieri's record as soon as he got in. That motherfucker's a rookie. And he kicks through a 52-yard field goal and says, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship. Then Joe Burrow, after winning the wild card, says, this isn't really that big of a deal. This isn't what we actually want. It's like, golly. And then Jamar Chase and Burrow are talking shit to each other on the field in these biggest moments in the mic'd up situations we're hearing. And then Uzama has become like a national name, just balling out there, and Boyd and Higgins. And then you got Mixon in the backfield, who is just an absolute guy whenever they need him to be. And on the defensive side, they just fight through whatever. They get injuries, they get anything. Their D-line's banged up. They're playing against Derrick Henry. Who cares? We're going to fly around. And then I really like that Bengals team. Now, don't like the way teams run, okay? And for the good of the team, the fans, and everything like that, I will continue to bang that drum. And there's a lot of people now saying, oh, don't get on the Bengals wagon now, you bandwagon fan or whatever. It's like, well, just to be clear, nobody was a fan of the Bengals before you guys just got back in here. I would like to let everybody know, outside of Cincinnati, I don't think there's a lot of people saying, you know what team am I going to pick? Oh, the Bengals. I'm going to like the Bengals. Because the Bengals were, I mean, they were successful there for a while with Andy Dalton, never really won ever, but they did have 10-win seasons, so it was a lot of fun. But they were a team that didn't want to be liked, I don't think. I think they played heels, actually. Whenever they had Pac-Man and they had Perfect in there, and that defense was a bunch of dogs. I don't think they gave a fuck if anybody liked them. Now the team is like one of the most lovable squads out there. Zach Taylor is this coach that we thought was an inept coach.
Yeah.
Thought he had no idea what he was doing. Oh, this guy had a cup of coffee with McVay. Of course he gets hired as a head coach.
Of course.
This guy's got no clue what he's doing. They fucking stink. Now, all of a sudden, he's handing out game balls at bars around town. They're in the AFC fucking championship game. He needs to be in conversation for like, oh, this guy can coach, but it's going to take a little bit to build your culture. Just like whenever somebody gets hired for a head coaching position now, and we say this is a bad hire, and in year one they're terrible, we state that, hey, we said he was going to be bad, so it gets loud and loud and loud and loud. But by year 3, year 4, maybe they have their entire culture set in. It feels like that's what Zach Taylor's got over there. And I mean, they're getting 3.5 going over there to Kansas City.
7.5.
No, I'm sorry. 3.5 is on the other side of the board. They're getting 7.5. It was at 7, I think, and then it bumped up to 7.5. Which, by the way, that hook is beautiful.
Massive.
Now, the Chiefs can just boat race a team.
Sure.
Yeah.
They absolutely can. I mean, they've proven that. They've proven that their offense is all the way back with what they did against the Bills and were able to do whenever it was crunch time, and we need one. We got one. They have to get a stop. They can't get a stop. Why? Because we're the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, at 7.5, that game looks pretty juicy for Cincinnati. There has to be something we're missing, Tone. Why is it at 7.5? And why is a championship game more than a touchdown score spread? I think that feels like a setup. This feels like a setup. Like we should hammer the Bengals. It feels like in this particular case, that feels like a setup.
We would be the only ones. I think 70% of the tickets and money are on the Chiefs, I believe, at FanDuel. I think it's because the Chiefs, is the Chiefs. I think that's the thinking here. Even though they just played a few weeks ago and the Bengals ended up winning, the offenses definitely in this matchup have the advantage on both sides of the ball. I think the total is like 55. There's gonna be a lot of points. When the Chiefs have played good quarterbacks this year, they have not been great. So I think I'm gonna lean with the 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5 is a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, shout out to Louisiana. Louisiana gets a better go. Hey, FanDuel is now legal in Louisiana. Congratulations down there in the bayou.
There we go.
I have no idea how many fans we have in Louisiana. I have no clue. I actually thought about that whenever we got a heads up. A good bit, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Well, we found out from FanDuel, hey, FanDuel is about to be legal in Louisiana. We don't know when. We don't know the exacts. And then somebody tweeted out that it was, it's breaking Friday morning, it's happening or something like that. But with the way the regulators are and the way these states roll out, it is a massive question mark on when the dates are going to be. Louisiana coming on board right before championship weekend. Fucking let's go down there. Congrats.
I was just looking at my bets for this weekend, and do you think the Chiefs and the Bengals will each score a touchdown in each half?
Yeah.
It's only minus 128, right?
Hey, that's not bad.
There we go.
That's not bad there. Can you explain minus 128 to people?
That is, you have to bet $128 to win $100 or $12.80 to win $10. That's what we call the juice there.
You see?
If it's plus 100, minus 100, you bet 100, you win 100. You bet 10, you win 10. That's the juice. It's kind of how the books make their money.
And the lower the minus, the worse the odds for you.
Correct.
Which means it is a favorable thing to happen. The bigger the minus, the more favorable it probably is
Most
to
likely
happen.
gonna happen.
So you're going to have to invest more to make more because FanDuel knows that that's potentially going to happen as well. So that is the juice is the handicapping in golf. The juice is the leveling the playing field between the sports book and the gambler. And shout out to FanDuel being legalized down there in Louisiana.
Yeah, it's incredible. I know the 7.5 seems awesome for the Bengals, but there's no way you can get me to bet against the Chiefs. No way.
I'll say this is this another theatrical performance?
No, it's not a theatrical performance. This is I am absolutely slamming the Chiefs because the Bills are a very good football team and somehow they found a way to win. I'm not saying the Bengals aren't, but the Bengals definitely had the easier path, I would say, with the Titans and the Raiders. That's just how I feel.
These guys are in the AFC Championship.
Absolutely.
These guys are in the fucking. They won the AFC North.
Yeah, against the Raiders or they won the AFC North against them, but their first round was against the Raiders and Coach Ritchie, which hell of a team, but it's still the Raiders.
Okay.
And then the Titans. Good team also, but it was their first time playing with all their superstars since Halloween. They were kind of a little bit of a get-back game almost.
And Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Hardman Pringle. They can score whenever they want. Mahomes. Yeah, I'm thinking
Maybe I'm up in the air then. Maybe I am not
Do you
just.
think the Chiefs are going to win the football game?
Oh, yeah, good call here. So Tone Diggs brought into our life a stat this morning that in championship games, the last 40 of them, 37 out of 40 of them, those who won also covered.
Whoa.
That's like 92.5% quick math. It was a stat that Tone Diggs found. So whoever you like to win, #stat that says that they're going to cover as well in the championship weekend. Now, there has been 3 times in the last 40 that they have not. So it could potentially happen. But whoever you like in championship games, high percentage, 92.5% says that they will also cover. Let's pivot away from championship weekend and Royal Rumble weekend, and let's talk about the next 40 years of golf.
Hell yeah.
We had no idea this dude existed, and that was 100% on us. Then we seen him win the Bahama Super Extravaganza Corn Ferry Tour Championship.
Bingo.
Then we learned his story. This dude graduated high school whenever he was 17, 2.5 years, became a pro, focused on golf and golf only. Now he's 19 years old, already winning Corn Ferry Tour majors. And he's going to be the future of golf. Ladies and gentlemen, absolute superstar stud who we are lucky to chat with. Callaway golf guy.
Ooh.
Just like me.
Smart.
Akshay Bhatia.
Yeah!
What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
Hey, you're the man, huh? Hey, you are the man. We just learned about you. You are awesome.
I'm trying to be like you, man.
No, Akshay. You're 19 years old. I was trying to get loans out so I could go have a good time at the bar. How did you know? Have you just golfed your entire life? You had a great skill. So you're like, you and your family, I assume, sat down. We're going to graduate high school in 2.5 years, and then we're getting right to the golf. What are we even doing college for? Let's get right to professional golf. Was that a decision that was made early in your life? How did you get to the point where you turned pro when you were 17?
Yeah, I grew up in LA, played a little bit of golf. My sister played, and then moved to North Carolina, and that's when I started to really develop a love and a passion for the game. And I just got better and better, and I think I was 14, 13. I went into my dad's room when I was at midnight, something like that. And my dad always tells this story, but I went into his room and I said, "Dad," and he was like, "What are you doing up?" I said, "How do I become the best player in the world?" That's what I wanted to do. That was my passion. And he's like, "You practice harder than everyone. You're there, last one to leave the range. You will become the best player in the world." So that's what I did for, I don't know, years. The next 4 or 5 years. And I don't know. I knew what I wanted to do. My parents supported me. And now here I am winning on the Corn Ferry Tour. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So it's all worked out, and it's really, really cool. And I'm happy to be able to inspire junior golfers and even guys older than me, guys and girls.
Well, congratulations on being able to commit to something and stick with it, right? That's a talent in of itself. I assume that you recognize that in yourself, and your dad did as well whenever you came in at midnight as a teenager. Like, you know what? I want to be the best golfer in the world. I assume your dad was like, holy shit, we got a guy. We got somebody that wants to put in the work here and do the whole thing. What came naturally to you in your game, and what do you think you had to work on? Because you seem, we don't know you that well, you seem tall and lanky, but you have an incredibly smooth swing. Have you always had power? What do you think you have to work on most in your game, and what has come naturally?
Yeah, I don't know. I love practicing. So I putted more than anyone in junior golf, and I'd practice my short game a lot. I loved it. I would be out there for 2-3 hours. Everyone would be on the range, or people would be coming up on 18 and still see me putting. And I felt like I had an edge early on. Like, I loved to do it. I feel like I was a little smarter than everyone on how to practice, what to practice, and I just developed over time. I am skinny, I'm lanky, but I create a lot of power just because I rotate so well, which, I mean, is pretty similar to in football, that you need to have power and you need to know how the body works to create as much power and as much force as you can. So I just developed that at an early age, and being small is a part of that. And once I put on, size and weight, I think I can, I'll definitely gain speed and be able to hit it a lot further. But it's taken a lot of time, which is really tough because...
A lot of time? You're fucking 19, dude. Relax. Jeez, yeah. I mean, relax, dude.
170, 180, and I'm over here at 130 pounds. Like, it is hard because longevity is a big thing in golf, and also having a lot of energy for 3 straight weeks is not easy when I have nothing to burn off of. So
hey, so are you gonna get on the Bryson DeChambeau, just start housing like 9 protein bars a day?
I've tried it. It is so hard. I feel sick, so I'll just stick to eating Chick-fil-A and pizza and whatever 19-year-olds now.
Yeah, and probably some Natty Light in there as well. I know, I'm joking. Do you feel like you've missed out on anything because you've been so focused on golf? And I assume you have seen a lot of your high school friends go on and go get a chance to do other things and experience life a little bit differently. But now you're flying around tournament to tournament with your girlfriend, winning stuff, and you're a big star. But I assume there was moments where you kind of missed out on some stuff when you were growing up through this entire process.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely missed out on certain things, but I think from an outside perspective, it's pretty cool to be a successful athlete as a teenager. And not a lot of people can say that, if any, in golf, other than Jordan Spieth or Matt Wolff. Any of those guys obviously have had success early. But I'm enjoying life. I get to go to the Bahamas. I've gone to Saudi Arabia. I've gone to Paris. I mean, you can't do that sit at the desk in school.
Hey, you are awesome. Hey, you're awesome. You got an awesome mindset. Where do you think the maturity came from? Your dad, your family? Where do you think it? Have you always been just like wise beyond your years? You feel like?
I think golf's been a big part of it. I mean, golf's been, 80-90% of my life, and playing this golf with older people, it really teaches you and makes you understand what being humble is and being, kind to other people, because you never know who you're going to meet in the golf world. I've met so many great people, successful people, and, successful golfers as well, that you just learn to be more mature. And I think that's what this game provides me.
A lot of people are saying they met you, dude, now. So that's pretty, you know what I mean? All those successful people are like, oh, I played with him when he must have been, when was that? It was 2 years. He must have been 17. Oh, he was 17.
Damn good.
It was unbelievable. I can't wait to see your entire legacy get built. Let's talk about you shooting your shot on Instagram for a caddy. Was that a game? Was that you actually needed a caddy? Because I saw that you actually won a tournament carrying your own bag, which is awesome. Blue collar.
Yeah, so she was so pumped for us to be on your podcast, first off. She's a big fan of yours.
Whoa. So she wasn't mad about what we... Okay, good. Let's go. All right, hey, we're big fans of you guys, too. We love love. Love it.
She was excited. I'm at the golf course now, but she was like, she wanted to say hi to you so bad.
Hey, how's it going? Good luck out there. We don't think you should be caddying, but hey, we absolutely, we love it out there.
When I first met her, she didn't know anything about golf. And this was back last year at Valero Texas Open. It was one of my fourth or fifth start on tour last year. She had no idea about golf. So I DM her. She's super pretty. And like, I wanted to get to know her. And she lived in Texas at the time. So she comes, she's like, what? She didn't know anything that was happening. I'm 19 years old and there's 40-year-olds playing golf. And I'm in this atmosphere of grandstands and people, and she's like just out there. And the first event she was wearing heels, walking out there like a stud. And it's just funny because that's really turned into a cool story we can share now, where she caddies in my first Corn Ferry event as a member and we win. So it's unbelievable. It's such a cool story and something we're going to remember forever.
Yeah, and by the way, we love over here, and by the way, you guys found love in hopeful place. Golf tournament. A lot of hope at golf tournaments. That whole thing. That's a beautiful thing. What is the future there? Is she going to remain your caddy? And how does that work if you potentially fuck up at home, or anything like that?
No, it was a one and done. Well, she's going to caddy. Not my next event, but the week after. But my best friend, he caddies for me. Okay. We grew up together in North Carolina, so he's 22, and we have such a good time, and it's fun to travel with him. And she'll caddy occasionally, I think, but she'll just come support me, have fun. She takes a lot of pictures. She loves the social media stuff, and especially everything that's happened with her after winning. She's gotten a lot of publicity, so
she deserves it, as do you, man. And hopefully you'll win in 2 weeks with her. You go undefeated with the girl is an unbelievable.
I'm gonna have to tell my best friend that she's full time.
That's awesome. A couple of the boys have some questions for you, if that's cool, Akshay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ty.
Actually, I think it was the U.S. Open that you played in either last year or a couple of years ago. And obviously, once you start having success on the Corn Ferry Tour and, you win, have you looked ahead at any of the majors and seen, which one of the courses might benefit your game the most? Is that something you'll do at this point, or are you still just, you got a tournament this weekend ahead of you that you have to go win?
Yeah. So I have two goals. Obviously, to get my tour card this year. But I would love to do it winning 3 times on this. If you win 3 times on the Corn Ferry Tour, you get an automatic promotion to the PGA Tour. So that's one of my goals. The other goal is to finish number 1 on the top 25, and that would secure a full season on the PGA Tour. You get into the U.S. Open the year after in 2023. You get into the Players' Championship, which is one of the biggest events. They call it the 5th major. So those are my goals. I don't really look too far forward into the future. But my goal is just to try and play as well as I can and get out on tour as quick as I can, because it's definitely been a long 2 years to get to this point. And, man, it's freaking sick to have the opportunity to get on tour by 20 years old.
Hey, try to get you one of these. You know what I mean? Try to get you one of these out there in the golf world. I used to watch Big Break, I think is what it was called, the golf. You go to Q school and get your Q card and all that. Is that just a different way to get in there? And can you not just get an exemption in one of those tournaments and win it, and then you're in it forever? Is there...
There's a bunch of ways to get on tour. You can get an exemption, win, and then you have 2 years of full status on the PGA Tour.
Let's do that.
And then you have Q school, which... a lot of players go through, which gets you onto the Corn Ferry Tour. And they used to have it where Q School was to get straight to the PGA Tour, but they stopped doing that. So those are basically the ways to get on tours. Q School to Corn Ferry to PGA, win on the PGA Tour, or you can gain enough points on the PGA Tour with sponsor exemptions to earn enough points to have a season of tournaments next year on the PGA Tour.
How much do we have to sponsor you to get you just into the thing, to get enough points to get you into the PGA thing? And not just we.
So the last 2 years you get 7 sponsor exemptions into whatever events that they want you to get in, or they want to have you get 7 starts. So I've been very fortunate to get 14 starts in the last 2 years, which not a lot of players get.
Yeah, wow.
And last year I had a really good chance of earning my card really fast. I finished top 10 in my first event of the season last year. So I was in a really good spot to get my tour card, but I still had so much to learn. I was leading at Pebble Beach. I was leading in Mexico. So I was doing a bunch of really good things. I just still was figuring out a lot of things. And I've had plenty of opportunities to do it, but I guess it's not my time yet. And having a win now, it helps a lot.
Mentally, the win, being able to close, it is a big thing you've had to get over. How you think, or you feel like those moments are something you could have grown from?
Yeah, I've learned to deal with certain situations a little better now. And for the week I won, I was so confident. I knew it was my time to win. I knew everything was going my way, and I was super clutch under the high, one of the biggest moments of my golf career. I only had 4 starts to get status on Korn Ferry because of what status I had going into the season. And winning takes care of that. And closer to your tour card, there's so much on the line. But
let's go, dude! Yeah! Hey, way to get
so pumped. I was like, I'm gonna show these guys that I can do this. I had the self-belief, and a lot of people have doubted me, wanted me to go to college, says I wasn't ready, and I don't really look at that, but I know people now are on my side, it's cool. I mean, it's sick to think 19 years old, I have 110,000 followers on Instagram.
Woo! Hell yeah. Come on now.
I was most excited about that.
Hey, but that brings money as well. So you're a good businessman, it seems like. So you should be pumped about that. Same with your girlfriend, who I assume you guys are going to have. I love what you guys, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to try to emulate you, and they won't be able to because they're not going to be the same people that are putting all the way throughout the entire day and night. I mean, it's a different level there. You should be proud of yourself, man, although you've been waiting a long time to get here. Anytime you say that, all the the 38-year-olds and 45-year-olds that are on the Korn Ferry Tour just can't do it. Anytime, did you hear Akshay say he's been waiting 2 years? You're Akshay saying that. It's awesome, dude. You're inspiring as hell.
It's funny. The week after we won, we saw 4 wives / girlfriends caddying.
Yeah, this will work. This is why. This is the only reason. Go ahead, Tone.
Akshay, since you are so young and you've played a lot of events on the tour, you're a Callaway guy. Is there another lefty Callaway guy that is taking you under his wing, or any other vets on the tour that have?
Yeah, Phil's been a big influence on me. He's become a really good friend, and I'm fortunate to be able to be in his life and him to be in my life. It's freaking sick. I mean, I don't know, 50, 60 times on tour, won a major last year at 52 years old.
Is that a big deal?
And he's brilliant. He's so smart. And a lot of people don't realize that being left-handed, it's different the way you see golf courses. So anytime I get to play with him, I see how he's playing the golf course. And it's very similar to me because we're both left-handed, and we both kind of play the game similar. We're pretty aggressive, and so it's been so cool, and I'm super grateful and thankful to be able to be a part of his life.
Hell yeah, he taught me how to flop earlier in the year. I'm fucking scratched now, so I couldn't even imagine getting to golf with him on the entire course. Is this the driver you use, the Rogue ST, dude? Is the Rogue?
Did you just get it?
Yeah. This is the Rogue S. This is a lefty too, and I'm not a lefty. But when this thing just sat in my hands, I thought to myself, "Oh, I'm Akshay.
That's right.
I'm Phil Mickelson. Maybe I need to get my wife on the bag.
Yeah.
Maybe have her drive the cart. Maybe I'll start winning the Bahamas tournaments because that's all it takes. By the way, just put the wife on the bag.
Hell yeah.
And you're just off and running.
Just make sure she's carrying the cooler, and you'll be good.
Yeah,
man.
bingo. Hey, and the lighter. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Akshay, Pat was just talking about it, but like, is there ever a time where these 40-year-olds are like, this son of a bitch Akshay's going to do it again, and he's only 19 years old? Or are they kind of supportive of you and understand how like unbelievable it is that you're 19 and crushing it?
Those guys are super chill, and I couldn't tell you how many people congratulated me after I won. So everyone's really nice. But yesterday we're waiting in the airport, and we're waiting for my bags, and I'm just kind of moving, like feeling the golf swing, and Presley, my girlfriend, she's waiting next to some players, and they're like, this is why this kid's going to win so many times. It's because this guy's practicing in the airport. So I think a lot of guys are super nice to me, and they know my story's different, and they support it, and they think it's really cool, and they keep me in a different perspective if I'm not playing well. It's cool, though.
Yeah,
really
well,
cool.
Your story's cool, man. And we can't wait to see what the cool future looks like. Feels like you're going to be on tour here by 2022, I believe, or 2023. So we're excited to be fans of yours. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck with the rest of your day. I assume you're going to work on the course right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I finally have some time to do it. But
What are we working on?
I don't know. We'll see what my coach says.
Oh, really? So you're a full-time coach? Always been your coach? How long has he been around? He or she, sorry.
So I've had a few golf coaches, but we've been working together for 5 or 6 years. But the last 2-3 years, it's been just me and him. And he's like my second dad. He's amazing. He can communicate with me like no one other. And I really believe that him and I together, he's been a big influence on the success I've had the last 2-3 years. He won't admit it because he'll tell me I'm the one hitting the golf ball, but he's really had a big influence on me, and he's a man. So
hey, how come he doesn't caddy? How come people's golf coaches don't caddy for them?
He's 5'5", and he's
Akshay hates small people. Wow. Akshay hates short people. Whoa. Akshay saying 5'5", too small to carry a bag. Whoa.
I make fun of him all the time, but he's like short, and he doesn't weigh much, but he hates caddying. Like he does not like being on the bag, and I don't know. It's just he's caddied a few times, but it's hard for him because he has a family, and he's never really even home. He's teaching from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. So he'll come out to a few events, and I
assume that 11-hour lesson in class day is going to change here. Probably 2023, I think, if I heard.
Yep.
2020. I think from the schedule that I heard, but it sounds like he loves it. We appreciate you, man, so much for stopping by.
Thank you. Yeah, I was pumped to be on this podcast. Y'all are the best, and I've listened to a lot of them. So it was cool to shout me and Presley out last week.
Well, let's continue to do that. Yeah. Okay, let's continue to watch you win in these big moments.
Win the Masters.
Win the Masters.
Come on, dude.
Win the Masters. That'll be awesome. And then the Players Championship. Yeah. You go ahead and win that one. Go out to Phoenix. Oh, the Phoenix.
Waste management.
Scottsdale. Oh my God, you're going to be beloved out there.
I know. I'm thinking if I get into that event, Presley's going to carry the bag there.
Smart. I mean, that would be electrifying. And then how about whenever you get into the Ryder Cup and just, we got the guy again.
USA.
Hey, hate to break it to you. We had the guy for a long time. We got the guy again.
Yes.
Oh, my God. It's awesome. We appreciate you all. Hey, Charlie Woods and Lil John Daly, though. They're out there knocking. How about this generation of your age golfers? Do you know a lot of them, or you're going a different route so you don't get to experience that as much?
I know some of them, but not as much as I used to. I know Little John. I played golf with him a few times. He's a good kid, really good player. And then I've never met Charlie, but I know he's going to be a great player. Obviously, having Tiger's dad, it's pretty hard not to know what to do. But yeah, I know a few guys, but I don't really pay attention anymore.
Yeah, it's just your world. Hey, folks on your world, put those, blinders on. We can't wait to see where you head to. We thank you so much. Good luck at practice today. Ladies and gentlemen, future PGA champion, Akshay Bhatia.
Yeah, okay!
Cool guy.
Yeah, legend.
I am happy that he's much more mature than us, and he and Presley have already had the conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
all right, hey, like,
Hey, it was fun.
it was fun. It was fun. We'll get you another one, but also, like, hey, Presley's going to have to be the escape for him at some point.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Away from it all. And golf is going to be the same thing. I'm excited. What a cool dude.
Yeah. That's why golfers need jerseys. So you can buy one. Because, I mean, Akshay is now my guy going forward.
Me too.
For the next 45 years.
From this point on.
Boom.
I like the show Love Supporting Corn Ferry guys. Last year was Bill Zalatoris.
Oh, yeah, we fucking love Zal.
Love Bill. But he ain't Akshay.
No.
Sorry, Bill.
See you, Will.
Similar build.
All right, Bill.
See ya.
Love Akshay.
Akshay's the man.
He's going to go practice right meow.
Yeah.
What's his coach got him doing? All right, so it seemed like you did not hit the ball in the sweet spot on your 3-iron on the last shot. So we're just going to work your 3-iron today for the next 7 hours.
Hit it 15,000 times today.
That work ethic.
At 13, being like, hey, Dad, I want to be the best that's ever played.
Yeah, expectation, accountability, work ethic, dreams, aspirations. It seems like he checks all the boxes of like what the GOATs all have.
Impressive.
I was just putting when everybody's going to the driving range, and then they would come back from their rounds, and I would still be putting.
That takes a lot of patience.
Well, and how about him saying, I knew at that point I was probably working smarter than them.
Yeah, these guys didn't know how to prepare for these tournaments. I did. So
They're fucking out there golfing. I'm just... and then he buries one to win.
Yeah.
What a stud. All right, we'll be back in about 6 minutes for hour 2. AJ Hawk will join us. Can't wait to chat with him. Ian Rapoport will be 20 minutes in hour 2. We'll talk to him about all the coaching jobs, all the potential situations brewing around the NFL. Days ahead of the championship Sunday. Will it be the Bengals or the Chiefs representing the AFC? Or will the Niners and the Rams become a three-peat for the Niners, and the underdog goes into SoFi Stadium and sends themselves back to SoFi Stadium for the Super Bowl a week later, 2 weeks later? It's exciting. We have no idea what's going to happen. I think that has been the NFL season as a whole. We'll continue to chat about that and more in hour 2. Thank you, boys, for your work. You guys have been great this week.
Thank you.
I'm about to piss my pants. So today, flying down to Nashville, doing a podcast with the boy. Hey, let's go! Then obviously get smacked down tonight. I'll probably talk some shit to the crowd. Then we'll fly back home, watch Divisional Round weekend. Let's have a day. Thank you, Bloomberg, for the article. It was really nice spending 50 minutes with that guy.
Is that all?
I mean, I expected a little bit more out of that article, but listen, these macaques are fucking incredibly intelligent, and they are ruthless individuals.
Should be your mama.
Yakai had a crew for her coup to get to the top. Ain't nobody gonna come topple her after what they saw her just do. She just took out her fucking mom, dude.
someone from the nature reserve saying, "Hey, look, we're gonna have to go fucking put a bullet in you Kai's head. We can't have these monkeys going ape shit."
Yakai.
Can you imagine if the other macaques get wind of this? There might be 2,000 macaques heading to this nature reserve.
Here we go! And this sports show shall begin right now. Yeah. Yakai said, "Fuck you, Mom," then takes out 4, 3, 2, inevitably 1. Get the fuck out of here. Have the greatest weekend of your life. Be a friend, tell a friend that Monday shit's gonna be bananas. That felt pretty good. See you all. Bye. All right, this is a Betty White challenge. Every one of these particular hot dogs that is sold today, the proceeds will be donated to further brand. Betty White loved animals. Bunch of hot dogs for the dogs.
Make sure you tell the boy that we said if someone doesn't sign the boy in the next 2 weeks, the boy is always welcome in New England. Okay?
And Pittsburgh.
Always.
Yeah, I'm in my element, flow is like water, I'm forced through the fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following God, and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center, word to Spike Lee. And God came in the nick of time, they think I'm crazy, but I might be. Let's run it up, run it up, run.
Welcome! Good to fucking meet you in person.
Hey, teeth are whiter in person.
Hey, I'm fired up. Let's go, man.
Let's go! Look at
Pat McAfee is on Bussin' with the Boys. You're kind of like a bucket list guest. When we started this thing, we're sitting on this bus, like Bussin' with the Boys. Podcasting isn't in my mind unless I'm listening to your shit. You have a small part in that influence of all of this happening. It's cool as fuck that you're sitting here.
AJ Hawk, AJ Hawk, AJ Hawk.
I mean, I'm gonna be late.
Do your SmackDown, bro.
When just like the macaque monkeys, the top of the pyramid can be shifted. And you say stupendous. You better give it the proper accolades. I've been Googling, I've been searching. What is the proper definition of stupendous? Is that a dictionary? You're damn right, they still exist. Amazing, astounding, marvelous, astonishing, phenomenal, breathtaking, smashing, superb, fabulous, fantastic, tremendous, wondrous, monumental, mind-blowing, terrific, radical, colossal, dynamite, staggering. All of those words are the definition for one word, and that is stupendous.
And social media.
You read
also
it.
Monday night.
The breathtaking, record-breaking, head of the table that runs the #1 show in sports entertainment. Everybody in here is comfortable. Thank the heavens for this jackass showing up.
Oh my God, no!
Did Sammy poop his pants?
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat
What the fuck are
McAfee
you
Show
doing?
starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, beautiful people. Hour 2 on this Feel Good Friday, January 28th, 2022. 1 day before the Rumble, 2 days before Championship Sunday. Shall begin right now. Yeah! Shout out to the boys for being here and talk to the table. At Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor, at Tone Diggs. One half of the hammer, Dahn! Cowboys. Tone Diggs has continued his heater once again last night, predicting
7-2.
Holy shit.
Tony.
That's 17-3 in the last 2 days.
Is that good? Gumpy did have a losing night last night.
What?
Gumpy won 8-12. 20 shots were fired off.
Gumpy.
Love it.
Gumpy,
Shots on
listen,
the
pal,
board.
I like that you like everything, but I mean, this is going to be a problem down the road, we think, and we're trying to get ahead of this now. I don't know if you should be loving 20 picks every single night, dude.
We've been saying that for years, Pat. We're still in the green, my friend.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, that's right. That's Hammer Down.
Well said.
That's Gumpy, and we appreciate you joining us now as a man from Ohio who has never had a concussion in his entire life, although he is the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, one of the most storied franchises in the history of the NFL. He's a college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup champion, COVID survivor. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Hey! Clear connection.
Very clear.
What's up? Thought you were trying to give me the old Steven treatment again. You gonna try to act like you can't hear me?
Oh, God, yeah. Unmute him.
What the hell?
Okay.
Oh, man, what a moment. That video has done very well on the internet.
Has it really?
Yeah, that video has done very well on the internet. Yeah, and Steven did not deserve that. Steven did not deserve that. But I mean, if I say hello to you and then you ask me if I can hear you, it's like you haven't said anything yet, but I assume we can. It's just, some things are for us. They have to be. But what I don't love is in the middle of it, you going, oh, you're bullying Steve. You basically like.
You didn't say that.
Yeah,
No,
you did. You're like,
I said, I feel bad. I felt bad for him for a second when he said, come on, don't do this to me. That's when I felt bad.
No, I think he said that because going into that, you said to him, oh, you're bullying this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, you hate this guy. And
I
then
never
he said,
used the term bullying. I never said bullying.
You did. Little bit.
Check the tape, buddy. Check
A lot of
the tape.
people using that term.
Who else? I mean, I never know what Diggs. I don't know what you always act like you don't know what I'm talking about, or I'm trying to bring up something toxic. I feel like everything Diggs says, like I'm curious as to what level toxic it is.
I will say you and Tone are very similar in words per toxicity. You know what I mean? The words that are coming out are alluding to something toxic. Tone's a little bit lower than you because there is some hashtag stat that comes out of Tone Diggs' mouth because he is the one on the computer in this room checking some stuff and fact checking things for us live. But yeah, he will allude to some stuff that isn't necessarily the most, conversatable stuff. I mean, that happens on a very regular basis. And conversatable.
Mine, at least, always deals with sports.
Stat that. I don't know. Let's talk about some actual sports news here, AJ, on this Feel Good Friday. Hackett obviously got hired yesterday for the Broncos. There is now video that has surfaced from his interview with the Broncos, and he's explaining what he's going to be like, what the team's going to be like. It's a fascinating little inside look at what the head coaching process and interview is like. You got to remember, this is only a couple days after they just lose in a terrible fashion at home after being the number 1 seed in the NFC. So for Nathaniel Hackett to be able to flip the switch, get into there and say, I've always had a dream of being a head coach, I had success, and then lay out his vision. Fascinating look. I assume they had to get his okay to record this and release this, but this is what Broncos fans got a chance to see this morning, and I think are very, very excited about. I'll be excited to hear your take on Nathaniel Hackett because I think you know him, right, AJ?
I do not know him. I just know him through the guys at the Packers that love him.
Me too. Here's an actual look at him getting interviewed for the Broncos head coaching job released by the Broncos social media department.
My bedrock of leadership is number one, most important thing is communication. I overemphasize and stress out communication nonstop. Energy is something you're always going to find for me as a leader. I'm always going to have energy, always going to bring the juice, just simply because I love it. I love what I do for a living, and it's a lot of fun if you let it be fun. And ingenuity, I like that word also. And it really is because I always want to innovate. I know that this game is ever changing. And I know that there's always problems you have to solve. There's always things that you have to do new. So I look at kind of those three things, and that's kind of who I am. That's what you're getting.
Okay, so that is what the Broncos social media department put out there. Communication, juice, and innovation, I believe is what he said. And you got to remember, necessity is the mother of ingenuity because, out of change, you have to change because of a situation. So that is why it all comes together. But Nathaniel Hackett seems to be giving answers that you would definitely want to hear. The camera angle is interesting. He did not know he was being recorded, I don't think. But
you don't think? Is it possible that was a Zoom? He looked like he was in person with them, but that was a Zoom for maybe people that weren't there in person so they could watch the interview and maybe participate?
Oh, like John Elway's maybe watching on from a Zoom or the ownership or a piece of the ownership that's up in arm. I mean, who would not be able to be in the room, I wonder? Because
people are COVID. There might be some COVID people with issues that they can't come in person.
Oh yeah, maybe somebody's having some symptoms. So like, hey, I'll just Zoom in. You need to have this convo, but I would like to hear it. I don't want to miss this whole thing.
My favorite thing.
Yeah.
I know I'm cutting you up. My favorite thing he said is, "This game can be a lot of fun if you let it be fun." I was like, "That's amazing." It's so true. I used to say it all the time, like when things were just, when you lose and things are going crazy and coaches are freaking out. I'm like, guys, didn't we start playing football because it's fun? Like that's what everyone here. That's why you started, I feel like. So let's at least try to make part of this thing fun. What are we doing?
Yeah, an interesting mindset flipper is something that Chuck used to scream to everybody. You don't have to be here. Okay, you get to be here. And that is something that people kind of forget about, I think, in the whole process. They kind of lose it because it is Groundhog's Day. There is a lot of bullshit you have to deal with on the day-to-day, especially now with the COVID stuff. It's all about a mentality and a mindset, being like, okay, I get to be here. I don't have to be here. I think that is a big thing for people. And I don't want to say that is what I live by, but you won't see me doing a lot of shit that I don't find fun for a long time. But if I'm not having a good time, there's a good chance you're going to see me walk out of that for a long time. And it's almost like a decision maker for me or a decision breaker for me on how much fun it is. It's nice to hear it be put into words by somebody that is going into leadership, though. Like, I always just assumed, like, if I'm having fun, somebody else will be having fun. There has to be somebody that is enjoying this. But once I stop having fun, it's very obvious. Like, this is just from my own personal, it's very obvious. I can't fake this. If you're not having fun, by the way, you're not going to put in the extra work. You're not going to bring energy to those meetings. You're not going to be able to walk into conversations that maybe are uncomfortable, but know you're going to be able to get through them because you have to. Like, that's just an entire mentality thing that I think that I enjoy that he spotlighted just from my own personal experience. I don't know him, but I think that is something you do need to have if you're in a role that could have a lot of stress too. I mean, that's a fucking stressful job, AJ.
I'd say, yeah, it's one of the top when it comes to just like working in the normal workforce, I guess. Like, the amount of people that are relying on every single decision you make in so many people's lives and jobs, not lives like literally, but their income, whether they have to move their families, like a lot of it relies on you. You're the guy, good or bad, that's going to people are going to point to. So I hope he has success there, because I know like I said, I don't know him personally, but from everything I hear from people I respect, they love the dude and they think he's really, really, like, he's one of those gurus too at the same time.
I didn't think he was going to be a bald guy.
Really?
I didn't think that. I'd never Googled this is a problem. This is becoming a problem. I hear about these people a lot. People talk about them, bum, 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 and I just automatically assume that I know them. But there is zero idea of what they look like, so I just kind of shape them in my mind. I did not see Nathaniel Hackett being a big, bald white. I did not see that. Just for whatever reason, he was born and raised in the West Coast system, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that him?
Yeah, his dad, Paul Hackett, I think, coached with like Lombardi and like was one of the big West Coast system guys. He never got a head coaching job in the NFL, but he was the head coach at USC and like the OC at Pitt for a while. So. He's like grown up with it, and I think that's one of the reasons him and Rodgers got along so well.
I think Aaron would explain situations about how, when Big Mike was here, we used to run this 7, blah, 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 that was this, but then me and Nathaniel Hackett were able to speak the same language because we grew up in the West Coast system, and everybody just assumes Aaron's going over there, AJ.
No.
Did he tell you?
Really?
Did you text him and say, hey, you going Broncos? You thinking about hopping on a pony? Huh? Is that what you...
I sent him a Broncos hat and some shoes that are the same color as the Broncos.
Damn.
Why'd you do that?
I said, here you go, buddy. Get a jump start on your off-season workout in your new gear.
I thought you wanted him to be a Packer.
Yeah.
I do. I sent him 9 teams. 9 different teams. I sent him stuff.
Okay, which teams? Let's go through the potential teams that could have Aaron Rodgers by way of his best friend.
If he wants to, though, how does it happen, though? If he wants to go somewhere else, what has to happen? And we don't have to sit here and talk about everything Aaron's doing, but I'm curious.
Well, people are going to get mad at us for talking about it, but he is a pretty big story, and he is a large portion of the conversation of the Broncos' new head coaching gig, and it's, a big part of that whole thing. He said he's walking right in here, saying what he wants to do. Mm-hmm. Right here, he said. How does that work? I have no idea.
But before he does that, he's got to talk to the Packers.
Well, and then he also has to potentially talk to the next team too, right? I mean, that all has to happen before he could be traded, because the next year started before any of the deals could. I mean, it's a fascinating situation, and he's going to have to just wade the waters through. He's going to have to swag and surf his way through that thing.
Does he ski, or is he a ski or snowboard fan, AJ?
I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know.
Shit, doesn't help them.
Surfing,
dude. He's maybe out there.
Shaka
in
bra.
Hawaii, bro, jumping off a waterfall.
If you surf, normally you snowboard too.
Well,
Johnny Tsunami.
He also knows that he's the head of a program, and he shouldn't be maybe out there trying to break bones on the mountain.
Yeah. It's going to be very hard out there for him to come in
ACLs,
here.
I mean, people get their fucking arms broken, shoulders
run into trees. Yeah, it's a lot of danger out there.
I forgot about it.
Especially now.
What are you? What? Tell me. I'm just saying, he's the head of a program.
Forgot about it.
He's the head of a franchise. Maybe another one. Stay off the slopes for a little bit.
Get off the slopes.
All right, maybe think about it. Both slopes, by the way. For the people that are potentially still skiing out there with their noses, fucking stay out of that.
We're talking to you.
Yeah, we're talking to the entire city of Atlanta, by the way. Jeez Louise, you guys need to put the skis down.
Put them down.
I don't. What happened in Atlanta recently?
No, this is just from 2 years ago when we went down there for a wedding, and every human we saw out offered us cocaine and had it readily available in their pocket. And it made me obviously do a little reflection on myself, like, why is every human in here offering me cocaine? That has to say something. That has to be something. But after I got past the fact that natural high energy guy, people are going to think you're snorting everything in your nose, man. That's going to happen. Let's move on and, just kind of do our thing. I'm trying to smoke my way to the clouds as opposed to climb the mountaintops like you guys are and try to never sleep. I mean, I don't know how you guys... function, whatever you do. I've tried a couple times, not my cup of tea, but you do whatever you got to do. So I got past that, of them just automatically accusing me of being a snort hound, you know what I mean, a Colombian Bam Bam sniffer. I got past that whole thing because it did feel like maybe I'm projecting the wrong shit, but I'm going to always project this. There ain't nothing I can do. I got past that. You know, the obvious, this might be a me problem here. If every human in Atlanta seems to have a sandwich bag filled with cocaine on them at the time in the year which I thought cocaine was gone. So after I got past it being a me problem, which it clearly was, but I was able to sleep and move on because I'm not.
Well,
you know,
that's only happened in Atlanta. So it's definitely an Atlanta thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Because we've been to a lot of places.
But I did think it was Atlanta's fault.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I was like, no, this is but they do it down there, and you got a lot of people rapping about it for a long time. I'm like, okay, so maybe Jeezy wasn't lying.
Yeah, they weren't lying.
You know what I mean? T.I. was not lying at all down there. I mean, these guys were telling the actual truth, and I think I seen their entire clientele at this one bar because literally it was falling out. Pat! Which, by the way, shout out to everybody down in Atlanta that we got a chance to chat with that particular night. You won't remember it because all eyes were zombied and they were doing their entire thing there. But, I mean, that shit, they were going in like coaches going for a challenge flag. I mean, they were going into their pockets. Hey, Pat, you need I got a little... And then, no, don't do that one. Try this one. I'm like, holy shit. Are we in 1964 right now? Where am I? And it's Jeezy's town, dude. You know what I mean? BMF, dude.
Never happened to me, man. No one's ever. Maybe I look like a cop. I don't know. No one's off.
You
do.
Yeah.
Narc.
Look at your face, dude.
Yeah.
I was a criminology major, so maybe that's part of it.
Exactly.
So maybe it is a compliment that everybody's just coming out to me. There ain't no fucking way this guy's in with anybody. We can be really comfortable with this guy. I appreciate that.
But then you'd be the best undercover guy there is, though.
I actually watched Undercover Locked Up Abroad has kind of adjusted. This guy, I forget his name. He's a big-time meth dealer.
Nice.
In Los Angeles. He was living his best life, meth dealer. He was getting high off his own supply, living a little reckless.
Whoa. Sure.
He gets arrested. He turns state. And they asked him to penetrate the Vagos motorcycle gang.
Whoa.
And I guess the Vagos motorcycle gang let this guy in because he could beat the shit out of people. He's a pretty good fighter, so he got in there. They were just moving all the drugs, I guess, and killing people. And he snitched on every one of them. They got on TV and did a Locked Up Abroad. I'm like, I feel like that's a bad idea.
Yeah, bold move.
I feel like that's not a good idea there to be doing that whole thing. But yeah, the whole undercover thing is interesting. Very, very interesting.
How's Tekashi 6ix9ine doing? Everyone acted like he would be in trouble, like he's fine.
Haven't seen him.
You seen him?
I mean, he was out with the Nelk Boys for a while, and Steve will do it. I know he's boys with him.
Yeah, and I think they were, buying Lambos and stuff for each other. I assumed he would be dead though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, like gang life that well, except for like maybe what I've heard of in that whole thing and conversations maybe with some people affiliated every once in a while, but not really. Like Mafia, I feel like I know a pretty good amount about the Mafia. Like I feel like
Why is that?
Just because all the it is very well documented how it works.
I thought because of your background, your heritage. That's why I thought you figured you knew about
Well,
that.
certainly that helps. I mean, I've obviously interrupted some meetings that were happening in bathrooms at weddings before. I mean, that has happened, and just kind of move on, keep it going. How you doing? I didn't hear anything.
I bet you didn't boppity boopity in that bathroom. Huh?
I'll tell you what, I might have actually because of who was in that bathroom. They had a pretty good relationship. Nonetheless, who knows what that meeting was? Who knows who's connected to what? But I feel like I know that vein a lot better than the gang. I assumed he was dead, right? Just from what I had always heard.
Oh yeah.
And then he was out there doing his thing. Like,
this generation, man.
He was not. Wait, what, Diggs?
Our generations before, he wouldn't be walking around.
Oh my God, Toad. This dude has no idea. By the way, this
What
guy.
are you talking about? You don't think I grew up the same place you did?
A lot of people snitch.
You're 100%.
A lot of people
100%.
snitch, though.
But I'm just saying, in that particular world, we don't know anything about it. And that guy who did the Vagos Locked Up Abroad thing, he said there are two types of criminals in this world: those who snitched and those who wish they snitched. And I was like, I don't know if that's accurate.
No.
I'm not 100% sure if I know if that's accurate, especially from the people that we talk to. That's kind of like a badge of honor almost, actually. You're going to do 150 years in jail, or you can tell on your one friend that did something. Give me the 150 fucking years, dude.
Bury me under the jail.
They'll talk about this forever. Like that used to be that used to be like the thing. And now it just, I could see it like not wanting to go to jail. I was in there for 12 hours and I was trying to plan my escape, so.
Did you take a dump while you're in there?
No, the toilet was already broken, filled with shit already to begin with. So, I mean.
Did you ask for a plunger? Hey, can we fix this?
And I said, toilet's broke. Like, what do we? And they Just shut the thing.
Yeah.
Shitter's full.
Can't hear you.
They threw in that bologna sandwich, those vanilla wafers, and asked if I was okay. Yeah, I'm good. Toilet. All right.
Any condiments on a bologna sandwich?
No. There's cheese. I think there's American cheese.
It's supposed to be
That's
cheese.
not bad.
No, it's supposed to be bologna,
okay.
is what I was told. It's like, it's a fake meat. How
Yeah.
can something
Not
supposed to be a fake meat? What does that even mean? I think he was just trying to play a little mental warfare. Good news for you, pal. I already lost. I was in a glass cage with a broken toilet in there, thinking my career was over. And mentally, I was already defeated. So he could have just told me it was actually bologna, and I think it would have made me feel a little better. That sandwich has still not been eaten to this day. I don't know if they gave it to somebody else in there, but I did get jeans on my way out from somebody I guess is still in jail. I don't know what they did, but they were pretty fucked up. And they were big, so they were size 40 because my pants were wet. What a wild existence. 6ix9ine, I think, is still alive, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seems to be. He was making videos and stuff. I feel like music videos.
On YouTube.
And they were going, too, I think.
Oh, yeah. I think it's possible, though, that they're kind of just waiting for him to get comfortable. And it's. I think that situation, you're looking over your shoulder the rest of your life.
His life is quite a stressful thing, I'd assume.
And I'm surprised AJ hasn't brought this up yet, but you don't think they've deep faked 6ix9ine and just sent him somewhere else where he'll never, see another human again? And his clone is just walking around.
See, that's what I'm talking about. This has been all day.
I mean,
all
I'm just saying that's a possibility.
Maybe it's possible. Maybe somebody who's joining us
Seems like an easy guy to clone. Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the tattoos and everything.
Well, I mean, you dye that hair, right?
Yeah.
Change that hair.
Yep, cut it off.
It's a robot. You can tattoo a robot, AJ.
I forget the number. There was some, I think, I forget how many people are in witness protection now at this point. It's a lot of people, though. How easy is that? You just, get a little surgery on the face, change the face, get some hair, and you're done?
Yeah.
Boom.
Sometimes you don't even have to change the face. You can
A
just
lot of
change
times they
your
don't
head.
even do that.
Yeah.
Joining us now might be a man in witness protection and has completely changed his life. How many?
19,000.
19,000 people.
19,000 people, just walking around. New names.
Holy shit.
Who knows
So
what they did.
we've come in contact with him before. You just don't know it.
For sure.
yeah.
Well, none of them are in
We had one around here, didn't we?
I got a pretty good idea.
That was an Italian guy, but
He was not in.
he was not in witness. Yeah, he was. He was
thought he
hiding.
was.
He
He was hiding out here
was.
in witness protection.
What was his name?
And then said he didn't want to be protected
He came
anymore.
on the show. He gave his name.
Oh, okay. Nice.
No, he's out in Cali.
Francesi or whatever, that guy, Michael.
Yeah, there were some people that were not
Francis.
exactly thrilled with us interviewing him, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
He's all over the place. I see his videos everywhere. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, they're saying he could be on other shows. I mean, what are we even?
okay.
I am telling you. I'm just letting you know that I
So
did-
who's allowed to come on then? Who can you have on?
Well,
Stay
can't have
out of
anybody.
this,
We
AJ.
can't have
Can you have
this.
Martha Stewart?
Tread lightly,
AJ, I think
AJ.
you should think about potentially just backing off of this particular thing and moving on in the conversation. Joining us now, maybe a man in witness protection. Okay? Maybe. Not 100% sure.
Probably.
Sports insider for the NFL Network and NFL.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the host of the weekly wrap-up with Rap Sheet and Friends, us being the friends, he being Rap Sheet Ian Rapoport.
What's up?
What's up, dude? You grew up over there in the Italian world? You had a lot of Italians around where you were?
I grew up in Westchester, so we have our fair share, yes.
Yeah.
Our fair share.
Okay.
I mean, the way he worded that.
Not in
I mean,
Westchester.
so I will tell you, well, yes, I have many friends of all different ethnicities. No, it's true.
No.
And I one time, I played baseball on a Yonkers Police Athletic League team, which is Yonkers City in Westchester. What? And Vincent the Chin Gigante's grandson was our first baseman. Hit bombs.
How was the family? Pretty good?
They didn't show up to any games because there was a whole other thing going on. So.
Yeah.
But he was a very good player. He had a big stick.
That's awesome. Well, we can't thank you enough for joining us every single week this season, by the way. You've been fantastic.
Thank you,
Rap Sheet. I mean, there's been some bullshit you've tried to come out here and paint for people that have given you inside information. I feel like we have promptly said, okay, which is good. This is a good dynamic.
I don't remember it like that.
Well, it was just last week, I think. I think it was just last week it happened. Yeah, and then 2 weeks before that. But whatever the case, you are a man with inside information and anonymous sources all over the place, and we appreciate you sharing your wealth of knowledge with us all season. Let's talk about some of these coaching situations brewing around the NFL. Is Byron Leftwich the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars or not? It's been confirmed, it's been done, but then Balky and Adrian Wilson, what is going on down there, and do you see that ending soon?
Byron Leftwich is, as of right now, not the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, although believe me, I've made many, many calls on this the last couple of days, and when the internet was going crazy on, it was either Tuesday or Wednesday night, I can't remember. I was so frustrated because, like, I thought I had a good chance, and I was like, I got scooped, and it was all over. And then no one would confirm it, and I'm like, I must suck. And then it just wasn't true. And then you saw the stuff with Balky yesterday about maybe he was getting fired, and they're bringing Adrian Wilson. They have not requested to speak to Adrian Wilson yet. They have not had contact, and Balky is still employed. And I don't get the sense, unless something crazy happens, I don't get the sense that any Leftwich and the Jaguars are closing in on anything.
So who would be the one spreading that misinformation that we ultimately then put onto our program? Because I would like to know who we should potentially hold the feet to the fire of. Do you think that's the fans of the Jaguars? Do you think that's Leftwich's team? Who do you think is potentially leaking that information as an anonymous source to paint a narrative that makes them look better? I don't think Leftwich would do that, right? That doesn't sound like the right move.
No, Leftwich would definitely not do that. And his people wouldn't either because, if you're getting one of these jobs, it's so hard to get that getting someone to talk about you almost getting a job is like impossible because when you're about to get it, everyone pushes you to voicemail and stays quiet until it's like done. So that's why like the last step is always tough because no one wants to screw it up. So Leftwich was definitely not leaking that. Now maybe people who are friends with him who want something to happen, maybe that, but I don't even think so. Like I know Jaguars fans were all over it. They were all excited. And if he was the head coach, like they should be excited. He's bright, he's young, he's a really good coordinator. Tom Brady loves him. Like there would be a lot to like. It just hadn't happened yet.
And they hate Balky, so
there is also, fans do not seem to be that happy. Interestingly enough, if I ever tweet about the Jaguars and then you go in my mentions, you will see many pictures of me with like a clown face.
Oh, yeah.
Because one time I reported that Balky was staying, and then a certain segment of fans thought that meant I was for that. And then they all drew clown faces on
Clown time, dude. Welcome to Clown Time, pal. That's what it is while Balky's there. Go ahead, AJ. Sorry, bub.
Ian, what about Miami at the Dolphins? What's going on there with their coaching search?
So that is next weekend that's really going to pick up. So they have 3 finalists now. It is Brian Daboll, who may or may not get the Giants job over the next couple days. He is, I would say, a very strong candidate in New York along with Brian Flores. So if he doesn't get that job, then strong candidate with the Dolphins. I think there'd be a lot to like. He's been close with Stephen Ross in the past. He obviously coached Tua. A lot of mutual stuff there. Kellen Moore, also a candidate, a finalist.
Oh, he's the same
Miami Dolphins.
as Tua.
Whoa. Yeah.
What do I want to do with me? Well, that's what I would want to do with me.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last one is Mike McDaniel with the San Francisco 49ers, the sort of internet sensation, who's hilarious and very young but very, very smart. Those are the 3 finalists, and all on the offensive side of the ball. So they got a good defensive staff, potentially could keep them. And I think next week that happens.
The Giants is still a desirable job for everybody. They said that Daboll, Flores, and everybody are finalists. They're making that decision soon, we'd assume. And is that like if Daboll gets offered Miami and the Giants, he's automatically going to the Giants, is everybody's thought? Or will there be a time where Daboll maybe goes, thank you for the offer, I would like to hear others like in Shark Tank? Is that something that could happen in this coaching cycle, or is it normally as soon as you get offered, you take it?
Not necessarily, because it could get pretty real, I would say within maybe from now until Saturday afternoon, because the Dolphins plan on interviewing 3 finalists next week. Let's say the Giants offer Daboll tomorrow morning, right? Does he then call the Dolphins and go, hey, look, I know you want to interview me and a bunch of other people, but if you don't hire me, I'm going to take this job. He has a very good agent, Bob Lamont. Those agents know how to do leverage. Yeah. It's going to get really interesting to see if the Giants' decision on their head coach ends up speeding up what the Dolphins want to do.
Sounds like Bob Lamont is definitely a guy that you text every once in a while. So we'll be, keen on watching at Rap Sheet's Twitter account to see where. Daboll.
I text him all the time. Does he respond? Not always.
Oh. Let's talk about people responding to you while you're live on air. What are you swearing on people's show for, dude? You fucking pig.
I didn't swear.
Yeah, you
did. You did.
No, whoa. No, you guys know I have never swore on your show. And if I'm going to swear on any show, it's going to be your show.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, you got an FCC violation for those poor guys.
Shoot. Huh? I said, oh, shoot. It sounds like the other word, but it's spelled differently.
Is that a natural reaction to say, oh, shoot? Like, there's people out there that say, like, stinking and fudging, and I'm like, oh, I can't take you serious because you are clearly wanting to say fucking right there, and you are choosing not to. Like, is oh, shoot your natural, oh, my God, reaction?
It is now because of two reasons. One, much like yourself, I'm on television frequently, and I don't want to be the guy swearing on TV. So I have trained myself to not curse publicly. And also I have two boys, 7 and 8, and I really don't like it when people swear in front of kids. And I swear a lot when I'm not in front of kids. So
got it.
Generally, either in front of them or in public, I will say things like, oh, shoot, or some other version rather than what I would really like to say.
Hey, you're a good guy.
Hey, nice job, Pete. Nice job,
But I would
Raph.
also say, that yesterday was my mistake because generally I will have good tweets ready to go for when you get the text. I hadn't had a tweet prepared, so I had to hang up and then get a good tweet ready and then fire it. So that was like kind of a not great planning by me.
Don't you guys just copy and paste, though?
It's not always like that because sometimes it's like just the team name or something. Or sometimes it'll be like, go. And you're like, go where? So like sometimes you need a little more. Very frustrating.
Do some people tweet or text you like the actual announcement? Like, hey, this person has just signed for this many years to this team, breaking, and it is a copy-paste situation? Is there any type of those types of...
Yeah, sometimes there are, but I would say most people suck at it. So, like, the grammar's bad, or they have, like, a comma in the wrong place, or they spell something. They didn't use hashtags. I like to use hashtags to make it a little easier for people to search on Twitter. So usually if someone sends me a, like, pre-written tweet, I just kind of shake my head and go, yeah, I'll take this and then make it into an actual good tweet, and then I'll tweet it myself.
Hey, you're a good tweeter, dude.
Nice job, Rap. Maybe Rap Sheet.
Really good tweeter. Let's talk about Nathaniel Hackett. A video has surfaced from his interview with the Broncos. Is Aaron Rodgers going there now because Nathaniel Hackett's there? And it seems like that big, bald guy has an incredible wealth of knowledge in the football game, and also in the locker room, he's beloved by everybody. How do you see that thing panning out? And Getsy is now getting interview jobs for the Bears, I think, and maybe the Broncos. Offensive line coach maybe getting some interviews. How do you see coaching trees connecting, kind of coming together in these different places?
Yeah, first on Hackett, he is a smart dude. And he's also, I never know if this matters as a head coach, but like he's a really good guy and he's hilarious, and he's the kind of guy players really like to play for.
That matters.
So I could see what it matters.
I think so, yeah. I mean,
I hope so. He's the kind of guy like, I'm somewhat friendly with him. I guess I'll run him into him at the combine, and we'll just end up
That's in high places.
No. He's a terrible source. But I'll run into him at the combine.
So he's our friend.
Get like deep in like where this play come from. He's such a football nerd. Like he loves it so much, and obviously grew up in it with his dad, and just he loves to talk like football and plays and what this coach is doing. He loves all of it. I think he's going to do a really good job. He's smart. He's innovative. But all you want to know about Rodgers, right? So let's get to the Rodgers part of it. I think that if Aaron Rodgers was going to get traded anywhere, it would be there. Wow. But I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be traded because he also could come back to the Packers or he could retire, as I learned on the Pat McAfee Show.
Oh, okay.
Shout out.
Ian, is it possible that in Aaron's contract and when he had his whole situation last offseason, they come to an agreement, is it possible that they have a list of teams that they won't trade him to?
What was decided when they redid his contract was basically like, and this isn't in the contract, but it was more of like a verbal man-to-man kind of understanding. Like, if you don't want to be here, we will come together, we meaning the Packers and Rodgers, and send you to a place that we can mutually agree upon. Obviously, he's not going to like the Bears or the Vikings, for instance. And like, I don't even know if they would send him to the NFC, but a place like Denver that he likes, that's out of conference, that also is willing to pay what it would cost. Like, I would say that would probably make some sense. So yeah, I mean, it's more like we'll work with you if you don't want to be here. Yes, like out of respect. Yeah, out of respect.
But the team could definitely angle that as this is Aaron's decision to want to leave, especially if it's not in the contract and all that stuff.
It will be Aaron's decision.
But they could easily make him look like a very terrible person with all of their sources potentially leaking narratives of, Mark Murphy and Gutekunst were staying up for the last 10 days trying to get Aaron, and Aaron wants to, like, I just feel like that could become a situation. How would it work, you think? Like, they would have to find a team that he would be trading, because we were talking about this because he said he was going to come make his decision here, but he said he's going to do it before the free agency and everything happened.
What day? I'll be here too.
No, you won't. Yeah, no, you watch right home.
That's right.
Sorry, pal.
You watch at home because you swear on FCC
Yeah,
regulated shows and try to take people off the air.
Can't have it.
Up.
You said shoot in your head, but your kids and everybody else heard shit, pal. All right? So you don't get to be here the day that Aaron's here, allegedly. But even if he isn't, how would that process go about working? He and the Packers would talk. He would say, well, I appreciate you guys. I'd like to move on. Then they'd start figuring out a team. And then would the Packers expect a lot in the trade back, especially if it's an agreement between Aaron and the team? Like, how does that go, you think?
Yeah. So there's what you went through is why these trades are so hard, because there's so many different variables. Like, he's going to want to go someplace good, but it's going to have to be someone that can pay what the Packers would take, and it has to be something massive. It's like the same thing with, when Russell Wilson maybe kind of sort of thought about getting traded last year, and I think maybe the Seahawks would have listened, but it'd have to be something where, can't turn it down. And that's what it's going to have to be. So we're talking multiple first-round picks, enough to where the Packers would give up a franchise quarterback and say, this is worth it because the trade is even. So, what number of first-round draft picks or players would be even if you're trading Aaron Rodgers?
But it isn't an even situation, right? Because they've come to an agreement with Aaron that they will get him out of town if they can find a dance partner. And then what happens if Gunther Murphy's like, nah, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough. They can do that forever, right? I mean, that's something they
forever. Right. Wow. But you would think they wouldn't out of good faith, right? But then, of course, the
business
Broncos
is filled
know,
with that.
Right, but then the Broncos know, okay, well, maybe the Packers kind of need to trade him, so we'll offer a little less because Broncos would like to pay less, because if Rodgers is on that team, he'd like to have draft picks to build his own team. I'm talking about the Broncos. So this is this is why this is very complicated.
Yeah, and he could just come to a team that's already built.
Yeah.
Maybe. Indianapolis Colts.
Stay at home.
What's that? Why not come to the Colts?
Stay at home.
Why not come to the Colts? What do you think?
I mean, they got a good team.
Yeah, they're
great team. Great team.
Lost their defensive coordinator. I read about that.
Yeah, he went to Chicago.
Good running back.
Something about no first-round pick. Does that hurt?
There's future drafts all the time.
That's right.
There's future drafts all the time.
Yeah, but they have Carson.
AJ Smart hurts.
Trade material.
Yeah, Carson's a first rounder.
Trade Carson.
Carson's worth a first rounder at least.
Oh, okay.
Pretty cheap.
But if Carson comes back, I'm on Carson's side. I'd like to let everybody know that. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, that stinks. Rap sheet.
No, if he comes back.
Yeah, no, it stinks if he comes back.
As
a Colt.
And
Rodgers.
A citizen.
Yes.
Of Indianapolis.
It would be awesome for me.
You would like if Carson comes back.
Yes, I would.
Because
it's win-win. They go to the Super Bowl and win it. Hey, how we doing? Parade in Indy. They crash and burn and lose and become the worst franchise in sports. Awesome. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
ask your question. Well, he's a Patriots
It's one and the same,
yeah,
AJ. Rap sheet, speaking of the Patriots, is McDaniels actually going to be the head coach in Vegas, and will that bring Elliott Wolf over there to be the GM? And also, what happened with Gerard Mayo? He just his name has fallen out of the coaching loop here.
All right, so for Mayo, sounded like he had good interviews in Denver and the Raiders, but obviously didn't get the Broncos job, hasn't gotten the Raiders job. He is young, and sometimes it takes a couple cracks at it. I think he will be a head coach, just probably not yet. Also, we'll see if he ends up with a different title in New England, maybe defensive coordinator. We'll see what they do.
Get out, Steve.
But I don't think Mayo's probably not going anywhere. As far as McDaniels, I'm not saying this is done, because it's not done. But they would not have made a request to interview him unless they thought there was a good chance he would take it if offered. And he doesn't go there unless he thought that there was a good chance they would offer. So before all of this happens, both sides know there's mutual interest. So he goes down there. He's going to have dinner with Brass tonight, have an interview tomorrow. I think both sides say, all right, if this goes well, then we might do this thing. Wow. His GM would be Dave Ziegler, who's the de facto GM in New England but doesn't have the title, who kind of led all of that. Kind of led all of that, free agent spending in the draft last year.
Now, quick question. Caserio was an ipso facto GM for New England. He leaves. He gets a GM job. Ziegler, another human I've never heard of. I assume people have. He's ipso facto general manager up there while Bill Belichick is the general manager. How's that work? Because I know like offensive coordinators that don't call actual plays. They're just like a figurehead offensive coordinator, but they're more so like quarterback coach, and maybe they're part of the planning and scheming, but the head coach is the play caller. What are those titles, and how does that whole thing work over there?
I mean, Bill Belichick is in charge in New England. But what Dave Ziegler did was basically all of the groundwork and all of the recommendations. And then in the end, Belichick says, like, yes or no. So he kind of...
So he's like the president. He's like the president more so, and people pitch from different buckets of the company.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. And then, but Bill has final say, so you could do all this, and he just goes, nah. And it's like, okay, well, that's that.
Legend.
But more so than ever, I mean, Ziegler had a lot of say in New England. But ultimately, he's not the GM, so he is allowed to go to Vegas for what I'm sure would be a lot of money, unless the Patriots step up and try to keep him.
Okay, so isn't that what the Patriots did to Josh McDaniels when he turned the plane around here in Indianapolis? Everybody just assumed that Josh McDaniels was the head coach in waiting for the New England Patriots. Is this because now that Bill Belichick's going to coach for another 10 years with Mac Jones at quarterback? Or what do you think it is that Josh McDaniels got up out of his bed in New England, in which he has found home for a long time after the Denver Broncos stint? He's gone back and has reluctantly even been in the coaching conversation, I think, anywhere. Hasn't really done it. Why do you think Vegas, and why do you think now?
This is a great opportunity. I mean, Vegas is a spot where, like, had John Gruden not gotten in trouble and done all the things that he did many years ago and end up resigning, like, you could win in Vegas for a while, I think. They didn't draft great the last couple of years, but you got a bunch of good pieces. You have a quarterback who's definitely good enough. And you got some young talent like Max Crosby and others. They could be good for a little bit. And, you know, if you take over a team that has a head coach vacancy but has a quarterback, you can win. So, and Mark Davis will spend and cares a lot about it and will let them do their thing. So, like, that's a good mix, right? So I think why now is because, like, this is a really good opportunity. It really is.
Ian, do you think the Raiders have really wanted McDaniels all along? They were just trying to gauge his interest if he would leave New England?
And the Harbaugh shit was all fake? Yeah.
I believe it was fake from the Raiders side. I believe Harbaugh's side was kind of like, hey, the Raiders look pretty good. Like, so like,
Harbaugh
you know, if
went
the
out
Raiders
on the
hire
dance floor. Harbaugh went out on the dance floor, did this number here, and
be interesting.
Nobody. He was just standing there all by himself.
That's weird.
Yeah, but he's got Michigan, so
yeah, not the bell of the ball though.
Michigan.
People like Michigan. My brother's a Michigan.
People from Michigan.
Where'd you go to school again? What smart school?
Columbia.
Ivy League.
I got a bobblehead. Hold on.
Hey, do you have that on the back of your car too, like Columbia grad? Oh, wow, it broke. Wow. Is that because Columbia has no blue-collar people that can put glue back on something?
No, it's because my children, when they were young, decided to break that apart, and it'd be much better than just bobbling it up and down.
Is Columbia a legacy place? Like your kids are definitely going to go there?
I mean, I think everyone should get in only by their merits, and there should be none of that legacy stuff.
Oh, really?
I don't believe in that. Now, if Columbia wanted to admit them both, I think that would be great. It's a great place to go to school, but only if they are fully deserving, regardless of who their parents are.
Wow.
I mean, you guys were caught up in that side door, back door
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Columbia. All that fake schooling you guys got up there makes you guys feel good. And turns out there was one.
There was a great Netflix documentary about that.
Oh, the emission scandal. Yeah, side door you're talking about. Yeah. That guy was working those phones, dude. Yeah, we got a road team. Nah, we got a skeet team. We got a water polo squad. We got a soccer team. Yeah, no problem. It'll be $900,000 to get your kid into school. Yeah.
So wild. I cannot believe that was real life.
Well, I don't understand how, and this is a little deeper, but I understand that Columbia is a higher education than everybody else, the Ivy League, and these schools that are prominent and hard to get into. How can these kids that are dumb as fuck that couldn't get in, how do they end up graduating then? Are they just paying for all their classes as well? Or are the classes nowhere near as difficult as you guys make it sound like it is?
I mean, some of the classes are really difficult, but some are not. And, I mean, you can get through it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would imagine, you know, the professors are, like, decorated and very famous, but, like, you can be a great teacher even if you don't have, like, publish a lot of articles. I don't know.
Well, that's all bullshit, it sounds like.
Yeah. Load of crap.
Is it all bullshit? Sorry, is it all boo?
I loved going to school there. Going to school in the city was great, so I'm a fan.
Well, and also, if you have Columbia on the back of your car, it's like, holy shit.
Man,
huge.
don't drive too close.
Ivy League guy.
Yeah.
I actually don't, because I had a sticker, and then I got a new car, and then I didn't put another one on, but maybe people know anyway.
Hey, you can't put stickers on Lambos, you know what I mean? You're not doing that. Hey, they know immediately upon seeing it. Ain't that right, guys?
What do you drive? What does Pat drive?
Me? I had an F-150 for a long time.
What?
401 F-150. Why?
And now?
Lincoln Aviator. It's pretty good.
Yeah, but you walk uphill both ways to here.
Yeah, that's right. Like the Cincinnati Bengals.
Goddamn right.
Go ahead, Tone.
Ian, this weekend, Trent Williams, he playing? Honey Badger, he playing? Any other injury news we need to know?
Honey Badger, a lot of confidence that he plays. Concussion protocol, so it's tough to predict, but Andy Reid thinks he's going to go.
Atta baby!
And he is like, as important a player to the unit as maybe anyone besides quarterback. He's a great player, so that helps. Trent Williams, I think he goes too. They seem pretty confident in him. I don't think the practice has started yet. If he is able to, practice today, then I'd say that's probably a good chance. I don't know how close he'll be to 100%, but even when he's not 100%, like he's so good that I think he'll be okay.
Atta baby! Atta baby. Any other outstanding injuries we should think about going into the weekend or anything pop up? Nothing ever seems to pop up playoff week, COVID, they stopped testing for. Injuries don't really happen during the week during playoffs. Every player is kind of hurt, but are they injured? Right. Is there any other thing we should kind of look forward to for this weekend? No,
it is kind of true though. Like, my side of things, which is like tracking injuries and like there's so much access to the playoffs, and I think everyone wants to avoid a distraction, so whatever it is, they just tell you. So, like, they sort of take it out of our hands, which is, I think, actually very mean. But they just tell you everything that's going on, and it's all out there. It's like during Super Bowl week, like, there's no surprises because, like, someone will write up a play-by-play of your practice every day so the whole world can read about, like, the kind of walkthrough you had on a Friday,
Yeah, and it's a shame they don't send you a text and have you type up a tweet and send it out.
I am a great tweeter, so that would be nice.
You are top 5 tweeter. You deserve everything you get, pal. And I hope that life continues to bring you information that we can only hear and learn from you. Columbia grad, NFL Network insider, NFL.com insider, and a man who's a great role model for kids.
Truly,
what a hero, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Rapoport. Thank you, Ian. All right, let's get to a break, huh? Let's get to a break.
Yeah. What did he say? Oh, shoot. Yesterday on TV?
It was on radio. Yeah. He was doing a radio interview, and then he found out about Eberflus, and I guess he gave an oh, shit, and hung up the phone. And then typed, no, he said it was oh, shoot. Might have been 5G. We don't know.
Yeah, that's not what I heard. But
because we couldn't hear Steven yesterday, but.
True.
Yeah. There's a lot that's happening on these phone calls. That whole Ivy League thing is interesting. I don't want to dive into it there, but, fascinating stuff. Pass-fail classes. They can't get into the school. No way smart enough to get in, but once they get in, they graduate with honors. It's like...
The legacies, that's big in the Ivy League. Big.
Hey, let's keep it in the house.
Yeah. Hey, my dad went to Harvard, so...
You still got to get good grades, though, right? And good test scores to get in, don't you?
No. This is scandal. We just seen it.
Depends how much your parents donate.
Well, then, if you're going to the Ivy League, they're probably going to get into some sort of business that's going to give... pretty good amount of money, right? So then
you'd hope.
Yeah. Recycles itself.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, AJ.
I don't know much about it. I'm interested, like, in what it would be like to go to one of those schools. Same, how I say, like, I always wonder what it would be like to play for Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Same thing with these Ivy League schools. I'm like, how does that differ from my college experience?
Yeah, is their classes that much harder? And then you learn that, no, they're mostly pass-fail classes. It's like...
That'd be nice.
Yeah, the only similarity is AJ's dad got him into Ohio State. That's basically what happened with Rap Sheet.
Yeah, Pistol got
Yeah.
AJ into Ohio State. And
that's right.
He also was born in Ohio State. So I think Ohio State, if you're just born in the state of Ohio, you automatically get into Ohio State.
No, it is not easy to get in now. It is very difficult to get into Ohio State now.
Oh, yeah.
That's because Tressel's not there.
Dead serious.
Well, and Wexler.
Yeah.
He's not able to just...
Yeah,
pump everybody through.
They had to etch his name off a couple buildings.
I don't want to say I don't respect the Ivy League stuff, but I think it's a lot more of like the who you know than what you know type stuff up there. Although I do believe our super brainiacs do go there. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think the entire, I don't know.
Everybody's not a genius. We know that. But yeah, there's a lot of very smart people there that do great things and make a ton of money and invent things. Yeah, that happens.
And become president and basically run all of Congress and the Senate.
Yeah, just about. But I mean, some of those
And every network.
people hate their lives going to.
Let's not dive into it too much. We'll be back in 4 minutes. All right, college is worth it if you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that.
Plumber.
Just to have fun.
Other than that, yeah, you're just learning how to operate in life for 4 years because as the world changes, you realize that everything you learned, aside from the basics, the golden rules, you realize that as everything changes, we don't know shit about fuck.
That's right.
Nobody does. Nobody could unless you are Elon Musk, Matt Groening, or any of these others that can.
Bezos,
FanDuel.
FanDuel.
That's right.
The Zuck machine was a hot topic on the internet last night. Who knows if that's real or not? I don't know if that's real or not, but that is a potential game changer for a lot of humans.
Yeah.
We're back in 4 minutes. We'll answer some phone calls. Clean up hour 2 here on the 5-hour Energy phone line, 1-833-4-McAfee. Cannot wait to wrap up this beautiful Feel Good Friday with all you seeing for it. Steven in Nashville enough. What's going on, Steven?
Hey, hello? Pat? You guys can hear me?
This is the worst call we've ever had, Steven.
My God. So mean.
Steven.
Hello?
Steven,
Yeah.
it's the worst call we've ever had. So much dead air there.
Yo, Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah, keep it going.
Hello?
Know what you say?
I was going to hit him again.
What?
Yo, Pat?
No,
Pat? Pat? Hey, Pat, can you hear me?
Steven does not deserve this. Steven, what's going on, dude? What's going on, Steven?
Sorry, your phone was choppy.
Yo, Pat McAfee, can you hear me?
Steven, you there?
Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Is it a cup and a string?
Steven!
Yo, Pat! Pat, can you hear me? Hello?
Steve!
Pat!
Hey, there you are. Hey,
Hello?
what's going on, Steve? Hey, Steven, sorry about that. I think we're having connection issues. What's going on, man?
Hey, sorry, man. I didn't know if that was me or if you were trying to talk to another guy. And then I didn't hear you guys.
Steve!
Yeah. Hello?
Oh, we lost him again, I think. Shit.
Pat!
Can you?
No.
Pat, can you hear me?
Steve, hey, Steve, there you are, Steve.
Pat!
Steve,
Pat!
hey.
Pat!
Steve.
Oh, Steve! Are you guys messing around? Can you guys hear me?
Damn it! The hell are we gonna do now that football's over?
This guy doesn't get it. What are you talking about? What? Are you kidding me? We got fucking Morgan State and Norfolk State on right now.
Who cares about that?
Let me tell you something. That we found out a long time ago, okay?
Okay.
You win $50 on football?
Yeah.
Does that make you feel good?
Yeah!
Okay?
Yeah, that's why I'm bummed it's over.
Guess what? That same $50, you can win on Morgan State versus Norfolk State. It all pays the same.
What?
Connor, they're right. $50 won in college basketball is the same as $50 won in pro football.
We're back! Yes!
from the hills of Humboldt County, we close a chapter on the greatest story ever told.
Oh, yeah.
All things must come to an end, and our relationship with the Humboldt County Dip Boys professionally might be up. And they will no longer be spamming our YouTube comment section, my Instagram, everybody else's Instagram.
What?
Which is a shame.
It is.
But they will have the Lip Boomers code live on for eternity as a show of respect for what we had built together over the last couple years. As a final goodbye, they offer the richest deal ever given by them. 50% off site-wide until the end of the weekend with the code LIPBOOMERS, LIPBOOMERS, one word. That's right, 50% off everything. Head to CanadipCBD.com and use code LIPBOOMERS. So use code LIPBOOMERS at CanadipCBD.com for 50% off. Canadips is a dip alternative that doesn't have tobacco and cancer and all that. Instead, it's actually CBD, founded in Humboldt County. It has been an incredible partnership. We think a lot of people have gotten off the toxic dip and on to the Canadip CBD dips and pouches. We're incredibly proud of that.
We are.
Hell yeah.
We are. And, like you said, it makes your joints feel better, too, because it's got the CBD. Hey, all good things must come to an end, right?
That's right.
That's the truth.
Well, and once they started spamming the chat and the Instagram comments, that came a little quicker.
Made the choice a little bit easier.
Came a little bit quicker, but it's neither here nor there. They're good people. We appreciate them. Lip Boomers will live on for eternity this weekend, 50% off. AJ, as hour 2 wraps up here, what do you think we should talk about in hour 3? Oh, I know what we got to do. Ooh. We got to make our picks. We got to make our projections for the Super Bowl. We got to do everything in hour 3. There's a lot to be handled, AJ Hawk.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, a lot. Wow. A lot to figure
I thought you were taking me to the hard out. I wasn't going to step on you.
No, I was just playing the music. We got 10 seconds, but hour 3 has to happen. I mean, there's going to have to be...
It's going to be awesome.
We got to handle a lot of things. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of predictions. There's a lot of projections. There's 5 Energy phone line. Holy hell, we'll see you in 6. We're not over yet, though. We'll take some phone calls during the break. That was just serious, people.
I was going to say, AJ really sounded pumped about making his picks after his response to you.
Yeah, do you know who you're picking yet? I've kind of bounced...
I kind of know.
All right, we'll wait for hour 3 to do it.
Well, we know one of them. He has to pick one of them, or else he has to move.
Yeah, he has to pick the Bengals. Mm-hmm. So we know he's on.
No, I didn't pick him last week. I'm scared to jinx him because last week I haven't picked him, even though I wanted to pick him.
All right, we'll get into this next hour. No,
I want to get into it right now.
No, we can't. This is a whole clip thing. Remember, this is our only segment thing, so we can't do it.
Pipe down, AJ.
I kind of wish we could.
Connor.
Let's go to Cody in Italy. Paisan.
I love when Connor says you wouldn't get it.
Ciao, Cody.
The gabagool.
Cody gets it, AJ. This is from Italy.
Keep it going.
The boys and the sports analyst, AJ Hawk, on a field just talking Friday. How you doing?
You down there in Sicily? You on the water down there? It sounds like we're good though, man. Thank you for calling in. How you doing, pal? Let's keep it moving here.
Good, I'm doing good. I called in 2020. I told you congrats on the original FanDuel, and I'm going to tell you and the boys on a well-deserved deal.
All right. Well, thank you, Cody. We appreciate that so much. Cody calling from Italy to give us a little love. I can't thank him enough. Our phone calls are always so good. Aren't they, AJ?
Why do you sound sarcastic?
What
do
you mean?
They usually argue it. Unfortunately, if I was someone calling the show and I'm on hold for however long, I might be a little bit nervous, too, that you never really know what's going on the other end because you don't know how you're going to mess with it.
I'd like to let them know that although they are on hold for a long time, I have tried to implement numerous different times. We need to hang up on these people after 30 minutes so they don't sit on hold. Because remember there for a while, as soon as we finally go to the phone lines, because conversations happen in the middle of live shows, I apologize. I do have the attention span of a squirrel. What? Squirrel? What? Fly? What? Gnat? What? Oh, there's a ball. Like that does happen and things happen. So once I finally get to the calls, I'm like super excited about it because I had been, thinking about it for a long time. I should take into account a little bit more about their time waiting on hold. But also, if your first words are, I've been here for an hour, it's like, okay, why the fuck did I answer this guy's call? And, so it's quite a balance. And I do think we should maybe get back to, because somebody tweeted me that they waited on hold and got hung up on or whatever. And it was like, well, is that better than waiting on hold for long or should you get hung up? I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
There's no right answer.
Just have to clear them. I mean, I know I saw some people, applauding Steven because, those are the moments that...
Those are the best calls we got.
The best calls we get, yeah.
I don't know what Steven was going to say. I guess we did hear what Steven had to say afterwards.
Yeah.
He's a Patriots fan.
Right.
That's right, okay.
Yeah, Ben, he was wondering about what's going on with the Colts quarterback situation.
Which, great question.
Yeah.
We're still asking it today.
Yeah. Actually led to you burying Carson.
I didn't bury him.
You did. You said they're going to be the worst franchise in football.
No, I said they could go one or two ways. Pat, what's insane is the definition is, doing the same thing over again and expecting a different result. They're bringing everybody back and they're expecting a different result. What the hell is that?
Well, it's a different time, different era, different... Let's get Aaron. Let's go to Mario in Chicago. Hey, Mario, what's going on up there? It's a family.
Hey, Pat, the boys. How you doing, Mr. Hawk?
Keep it moving.
Hey, so I know you guys are going to talk about your picks, so I'm going to switch up my question. I want to know, you and the boys, Mr. Hawk, who's your pick to win the Royal Rumble this Saturday?
Ooh.
And real quick,
Johnny
I'm going to be traveling. I hope not. I really hope you don't. But real quick, I just have a quick question for Ty. I'm going to be traveling, so I won't be able to watch any of the games on Sunday. So I just wanted to know what time do the Packers play?
Holy shit! Pretty good. Pretty good.
The Bears don't play either,
Pretty
but
good.
I do like that call. It's a good call. All right, let's get to a break here. Run to the bathroom. Hour 3 will be on the other side. I'm excited to get your Super Bowl pick. You have Johnny Knoxville winning the Rumble?
Yeah, I think so. As of right now, I'll let you know by 3 o'clock, though. My final answer.
All right.
Who you got?
We'll be back in about... What's that?
Who you got?
I don't know if I'm calling it or not, so I'm going to...
Oh, good call.
I think you may run in there. You may get a chance to win it.
Is this like a Kirk situation where he can't
I'm sure
pick
you're-
the game?
yeah.
He's calling.
You're slow playing it for sure. You're gonna go in. You're gonna go in and do something.
What if I win the Rumble, dude?
That would be awesome.
There's some odds at like plus 30,000 for me winning, I
Might
guess.
have to take it.
Give me that.
I mean, anytime you get
You
plus
can gamble on
30,000.
that. You can gamble on the WWE.
Nah, it's not. It's odds for
By fans.
like illegal books.
I was gonna say because that could be manipulated pretty easily from. some-
No.
What are you talking
What?
about?
What are you talking about? Like the NBA? Oh, wow. We don't want to talk about that, do we? Oh, Tim
easier
Dorney.
than the NBA to rig.
A little bit.
Is it?
Absolutely.
I think over/under is easiest thing in the earth to regulate in the NBA if they wanted it.
Yeah, maybe.
2 shots.
Shooting two.
Yeah,
Shooting
it's
two.
true.
We just got through 7 seconds of basketball there on their clock somehow. 6 points. And there was 8. Yeah, there was 8 shots, 6 points added right there. I'm not saying they do it. I got nothing but respect for the NBRA.
Yes.
They have. We know they have.
But this has happened in the past, yes. And FanDuel regulates everything thoroughly, so they would know if anything was up. But I don't think you're going to be able to gamble in WWE for some time. No. 10 seconds, hour 3 starts. Didn't go to the bathroom. I will regret that, like most things. But we will see you after this intro that was so beautifully put together by that kid Foxy, who has a new Foxy flick on YouTube.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here. Hour 3 on this Feel Good Friday, January 28th, 2022. Just days before Championship Sunday of the NFL. Let's get to it. To my left, your right, AJ Hawk, at a baby.
AJ.
Toxic Tables here at Ty Schmidt, at Boston Connor. And one half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys Tone Diggs is here. The other half of the Hammer, Dahn Cowboys Gumpy's in the back. Hey, Gumpy, I don't know if you saw it or not. United States beat the shit out of El Salvador.
You see who's at the top of that group, my friend?
I did, yeah, because we can't score goals. We got Christian Pulisic getting pulled out of the game because he's playing terrible fucking soccer. What is going on with that United States team? Reyna's hurt. Christian Pulisic forgets how to play soccer in a World Cup qualifying game. I'm happy that the roster is stacked, but we can't be playing our worst ball at this particular time, it feels like that's what we're doing, even though we were giving and taking first place with the Canadians last night.
We got a showdown in Hamilton on Sunday, my friend.
Nobody's going to watch it from our side.
Bad timing.
But next Wednesday, there is another United States soccer game, and I assume we will have a boost on that.
Yeah, here we go.
Hope so I'll tell you what, if we don't start winning better than 1-0, I'm not going to be watching these games. I just can't do it.
0-0 at halftime. It was tough.
Can't do it.
That's tough. Cagey match, huh?
It was a cagey affair, yeah, for sure. We'll get a good soccer lingo by you, but even I, who was, hyping the game up all day, was, kind of, all right, this is too much soccer. It's like steak fries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too much potato.
Yeah.
Take the goalies out of the goal. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that would have helped last night. I mean, there was
At least it would be like 4-2 then. Maybe.
Bro, we were missing the net from like 2 yards out,
right
3
next to
yards
it.
out. Christian Pulisic literally looked like he forgot how to play soccer. I don't know how that happened. We had to sub him out.
Does he stink?
No.
Shut
the hell up.
Last night. I think he might stink.
No, shut up.
Stop it. They're attacking his confidence. That's what they're trying to do to him over there at Chelsea.
I've never seen him do anything good.
Fox is only
Never seen him do anything good.
Fox
Now
is
we know
only
you're
saying
lying.
that because the Red Wings play the Penguins tonight.
Wow. Yeah. If you want to see a massacre, you can watch that game.
Welcome to the buzzsaw, pal.
Woo!
Yeah, you could have been worse last night too. You could have been an Ohio State fan at the Ohio State game.
I heard you guys lost to Michigan by 50.
Yeah, Michigan's really good. It wasn't 50, but it was a substantial amount.
It was 77-52. So.
Anyways, these are all sports we don't care about unless
Good game, man. Those girls can play. Those girls are talented.
We smacking the floor. Did your daughter
They
learn
play
anything?
so hard. Yeah, oh yeah, she loved it. Like they play very, very hard. I realized when I play basketball, I hate playing defense. I would say, okay, you think you can make a three? Go ahead. Prove to me that you can make a three. Absolutely. They pick them up full court. Like they are hustling. They're in shape. It was impressive to see in person.
There's many stories of football players being asked to go play basketball either against the women's college basketball team at their school or even the WNBA. Like, hey, can you guys come play some pickup against our team?
They have a team. My buddy practiced with the Ohio State girls team for like 3 years.
There it is. And I would get stories reported back to me from people that had done that. Get their asses beat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just they're picking pockets, the whole thing. I mean, it's an incredible sport. Not a lot of people pay attention to it, obviously, but you are coaching it now, women's basketball. Did you pick up any tricks from the coaches that you're going to implement for your squad or no?
I mean, I'm always trying to. And the thing was, there wasn't a ton of people there, and we were sitting pretty low, so I could hear the coaches talking. And what it sounds like, about 95% of what they do is just yell at the refs the whole time. It's pretty amazing to hear. Like, I could hear a lot of it, and that's all they did was just ride every single ref all game. I'm like, you must have a pretty good relationship with these people because they were not quiet about how they felt. It
Do
was
you
awesome.
do you let the refs know whenever you're coaching?
Not in fifth grade basketball. I can't sit there and yell. I have a hard
No,
time
I
doing
disagree.
that.
I've seen some videos on the internet where people are letting fifth grade basketball
Oh, it
refs.
happens. I watch it. I just can't take part. I just can't sit there and freak out and get in the face of a ref for a fifth grade game. It's hard.
What, making $15 for the entire game with a whistle?
Yeah.
Trying
a little
to.
more than that, but yeah.
Oh, you have to pay them too, huh?
Oh yeah, home games.
Home team.
Do you ever think about keeping their bonuses like the Arizona Cardinals guy?
That'd be smart.
No, I think about sliding them double of what they're supposed to get sometimes.
Oh,
what if
'cause
I
you're a
did? What if
cheater.
I did give them double and I'm like, just wink that and get a little wink and a gun?
Classical house.
Well, then all of a sudden the hawk girl is shooting a free throw with 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
Game tied. And everybody's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Because you were just being nice. Hey, you're not getting paid enough. I'm actually putting double in there, because you're working so hard out there, taking so much abuse. Also, hey. Oh, you know what I mean?
And you were talking about COVID being over since I guess because it's because it's the school. Mask the whole time, can't take it off ever, and there's no concession stands either, and there's no water. If you want to drink water, they have like a couple complimentary water cups that you can go up in the concourse and drink it there. You can't bring anything to your seat. Like, it's no joke.
That's for fully vaccinated folks? That's for everybody?
Everybody. That's everybody there, yeah.
I thought we got vaccinated so that... Yeah. What the fuck? I don't understand it. I am so sorry.
I'm not sure what the concessions did. I guess the concessions where people congregate together and they spread it. Is that what it is?
Well, I don't know, but how do you eat through the mask? Because
Yeah, national championship, everyone was lining up at the concession stands.
This just started like January 1st, I think, at least at Ohio State. I don't know if other schools are doing it. I don't know how it works.
See, this is what I'm saying. It feels like there's two different worlds right now. There is just two different worlds going on. I don't understand any of it. I might be wrong. The more and more people I see driving alone with their masks on in the morning, I'm like, I haven't seen that in a long time. What did I miss out on? Am I fucking dead, dude? Did COVID-19 take a nap in the engine and it's coming back to the first one? I don't understand. I must be wrong. I don't know. I hope everybody survives. Survives. Sounds like it's rolling out in beautiful fashion. There is obviously some updates to a lot of stories. Kelly Stafford's buying a bunch of tickets to give away. She said, send me a private message. Just went on Ticketmaster and saw how expensive tickets are getting. It's in Los Angeles. It's the NFC Championship game. That is going to be priced absurdly. I'm going to buy a good amount and give them away. If you're a hardcore Rams fan or just a regular Rams fan, a veteran, active in the military, a public servant, etc., email me at staffgiveback@gmail.com and tell me your story with some photos attached. I'll get back to y'all by tomorrow night. Hashtag Rams it up the ass, RIUTA. How about it? Kelly Stafford has now become like a very vocal fan of the Rams, saying, hey, this is how we're supposed to do this. We are not supposed to just let another team completely infiltrate our stadium. This is Los Angeles. You need to be taught how to be good fans for football teams. We cannot have this happening. Let me buy a bunch. They gave us $50 million before even stepping foot on an NFL field. He's had 3 or 4 deals since then. The Stafford family has a pretty good income. I like this idea. I like the thought of trying to make the team better. You know, some other significant others of quarterbacks are doing opposite stuff and like doing other things. We'll not say any names, and I'm not saying that they are still playing, but I'm just saying in general that does happen. I enjoy seeing the first lady of the Rams football squad taking it upon herself to say, hey, we need more Rams fans in here. Let me put my money where my mouth is.
But she said, so do we know how many tickets she had? Because we know tickets are not cheap. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, it is Maddie Stafford's family over there.
Did she start the ramming up their ass thing?
Hashtag RIUTA.
I believe so.
She came up with that?
Really? I'm not sure.
It may have
Good for her
been
if she
coined
did.
on her podcast, but when I checked the hashtag.
The Hangover?
Morning
the morning
Park.
after.
No, she's with.
The morning after. The morning after with Kelly Stafford, I believe.
Kevin Connolly's network.
E?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I didn't know
Oh, nice. Congrats, Kelly.
Shout out.
Yeah, let's go, Kelly.
Normally, everything
That's all I
he
know about
touches is terrible, right? And
Wow.
that kind of that's his character on Entourage. That's his character on Entourage.
Yeah.
He's the most insufferable one, only on Entourage. And it's hard for me to separate, artists from art.
Sure.
So maybe I should be a little bit nicer. Ain't that right, AJ?
I mean, it's called acting, right?
He seemed like he was a method actor there. And it was every scene, every time I hated him. But, I mean, that's good acting. That's great acting. I think that is just great acting there. But Kelly Stafford, I like her getting loud about this. I like the fact that she's buying tickets. I like that they're moving. I don't think the Niners faithful cares. And maybe that is why the StubHub announcement came the way it came. And maybe we should look into this a little bit more. StubHub, SeatGeek, secondary markets. So these tickets have already been purchased. Now they're trying to be sold by either someone or some company that is a ticket company that got their hands on tickets. StubHub says 49ers Rams is on track to be the #1 best-selling playoff game in the site's history. And obviously StubHub very far below SeatGeek, but still a notable fact here because that would mean that people that aren't normal ticket holders are buying the tickets, which means San Francisco 49ers faithful coming right back in that thing loud as fuck. And they're saying we're not just buying one ticket too, by the way. We would like the next week in SoFi. This is going to become our house. We are going to be permanently renting space in SoFi for the next 2 weeks. It might as well be a goddamn Airbnb for 49ers faithful is what they're saying out there on StubHub, pal.
Aren't you a little bit surprised though? If this is is it like the highest grossing playoff game? Is that what they mean? Or like that doesn't make sense to me that this one would be that.
So that could start a whole new conversation that everybody's fucking full of shit about everything.
Yeah.
Because you can word anything anyways. This is the most action that our game has ever got. Well, what does that mean? People talk about it. People actually buy. People look. The sell, is that the number? Is that the people? Is it the traffic? Like what you can, that's...
Yeah, you can make it sound kind of however you want, I guess. With the impression, we got 17 trillion impressions. Or like, but did anyone do anything through that? Like, what happened?
Yeah, what did the impression mean? Yeah. All these things are bullshit. But I think what it does indicate is that the San Francisco 49ers fans are getting their hands on tickets right now.
Yeah,
it feels
big
like that
time.
is the case.
And I believe Bob Gold said earlier this week, like after the whole, hey, the Rams fans weren't going to let 49ers fans actually buy tickets. He said, hey, guess what? SoFi is going to be Levi's South come this weekend.
That's what Bob Gold said?
Yeah, whether you guys like it or not.
Nice.
Bob Gold also said, fuck the Packers on Lambeau after hitting a 45-yard game winner in the NFC divisional round in the middle of a snow globe. Bob Gold is true as time, by the way. You guys cut him.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Nope.
You guys did.
I didn't.
You guys did.
I did not.
Why did he have a rough year? Why did they cut him?
I think
He
so.
had a couple misses.
Yeah, I think he did. Extra points, too. He's missing extra points, I think, too.
That's it.
Well, hey, what have you done for me lately, Bob Gold? Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay.
Isn't he 20 for 20 in the postseason?
Oh, yeah.
He's very good, kicking.
It's pretty good.
He takes such tiny steps, too. I don't know how he generates so much power.
Is he quick? Does he get it off quicker than normal, or is that just what he does?
No, I think he gets to see the ball longer because he's closer, as opposed to people who have to start a little bit earlier. So I think he sees the ball longer, but he's such a short stepper that maybe he hits the ball more solid on a regular basis. He's a stud. He is so good. He loves the running and stuff like that. He's super duper fit. Super duper duper fit, I think.
Does seeing the ball help with picking your point on the ball where you're kicking it?
Yeah, because Justin Tucker said something that I didn't even know was possible. He said he's looking for exact dimples on a ball to hit or whatever. I'm like, oh, that's what I was doing wrong all these years.
Yeah.
Is that what Vinatieri's doing? I'm not sure. But yeah, seeing the ball longer is a lot better. It's almost like if you see a pitch, you can obviously get a little bit better on it. So whenever you shorten your distance down, you don't have to leave as early, so you have a good eye on the ball, because there's some guys that are taking steps before the ball is anywhere near down because they have to generate that type of power. Robbie Gould's been able to figure it out. That 45-yarder in that weather, that cold, I mean, 47, Matt Gay came up low because he was trying to hit a ball. 45 at his age. Not that Bob Gold is an old man, but in the NFL world, that was a huge ball. That's a weapon for them. Let's get right into it, AJ. Let's make our picks, huh?
Ooh. Here we go. I'm in. Let's do it.
Let's make our picks. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a fantastic year trying to predict what was going to happen for every single NFL game against the spread. And there were different runs for both myself and AJ. AJ has been on a bit of a heater as of late by saying that he won one game last week and I won none games. So we will obviously let AJ lead off here, but one of the only segments we've ever committed to for the entire season. I'd like to say congrats to us.
Nice job, done.
Nice job, guys. That's good maturity out of us, and that is what a real program would do, so let's dive right into it. Representing the AFC, the game that begins at Sunday, 3:07 p.m. Eastern Time. The Bengals travel to the home of the Chiefs. Bengals getting 7.5 points on the road in the AFC Championship game to win outright, plus 285. Great odds on that money. And as a whole, they are plus 850 to go on and win the Super Bowl. This is how FanDuel has them right now. Going against the Chiefs, obviously 7.5 point favorites, minus 355 money line. That is like a layup in FanDuel's eyes. Plus 125, the best odds out of all four remaining teams to go on and win the Super Bowl. The favorite out of the entire championship weekend is favored at home against this young upstart crew, the Cincinnati Bengals. AJ Hawk, 7.5 points is a lot of points, especially for a championship game, and that Cincinnati Bengals team doing what they've been able to do on the road in the playoffs here.
Yeah, so I've gone back and forth with this one like I have a lot of other games. The 7.5, it does seem like a lot for a playoff game, but we know the Chiefs can absolutely light it up when they put it together. But I'm taking the Bengals here at plus 7.5 because I don't think it's out. I don't think it's crazy to say that the Bengals could win this game. So 7.5, I'll take the Bengals.
Okay, Chiefs win, Bengals cover in my eyes.
Okay.
Chiefs have that switch that it's just.
So you're taking the Bengals too?
I'm taking Bengals plus 7.5, yeah. The Chiefs, 7.5 is just too much points. That's a lot of points. It might be a blowout. Maybe. And the Chiefs have been playing at a level in which they could blow some motherfuckers out right now, I think, with how they're playing. But if you ever look, like against the Bills, they were just one score better. And I think that is their edge. They're more competitive. They seem to have that it factor that they will get a win. But they're going against a guy in Joey Burrow who also has similar type it factor, I think, with the weapons. It all depends upon whether or not the Chiefs start early. If the Chiefs start early and it's just go, 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 and Joe and them have to kind of catch up the entire game, I think it's going to be tough. But I think the Bengals cover 7.5 with 7.5 points. That seems like a very easy bet here. Tone Diggs, host of Hammer, Dahn. What you said earlier that all the money's on the Chiefs, is that because the Chiefs is the Chiefs and what Connor said, or 7.5 feels like a lot of fucking points right now?
Yeah, I think it is because it's the Chiefs is the Chiefs. The exact number was 61% on the Chiefs, 39% on the Bengals.
So we are in the minority here, just 2 days out. Who knows what late money will do? 7.5 feels like a lot. Connor, you went on an entire run earlier that almost convinced me to take the Chiefs minus 7.5. That is so many points. You still believe that the Chiefs is the Chiefs and the Bengals haven't had to do shit to get to this point?
No, they definitely have had to, win some games, and McPherson has done that, back to back, being 4 for 4. But I just remembered the Bengals gave up 9 sacks, and I might take the Chiefs minus 13.5.
Alternate spread.
Yeah, I mean, if they give up 5 sacks, let alone 9, it's going to be very hard to keep up with KC. And, if they do come out slow, they scored 21 points in the second quarter alone against the Steelers. So, I mean, there's a chance that even if they do, are a little rusty out of the gates, they can flip that switch and put up 42 in 2 quarters.
7.5 just feels like a lot of points for a championship game. I'm always going to side with that, even though 69% of the people are against us. Let's go to the NFC Championship game. AJ, you have played in this game.
Ooh.
Here we go, AJ. You've had success in this game. You know what it's like to have a long season, not 17-game season, but a long season, and ride the edge and the flows of a season. Nobody could have expected the Niners to be here. Nobody could have thought that they'd be taking on the Rams, although the Rams were a team that was put together for this moment, for this run. Matthew Stafford gets traded out of Detroit. Thank God, the Stafford family says, to Los Angeles with this in mind. But the Niners and Rams of the NFC best, the one we've been talking about all season as being the best division in football, meeting in the NFC Championship is something that I would assume nobody could have predicted through a large portion of the season. Maybe the Cardinals are able to get there. Maybe the Packers are able to get there. But Niners-Rams in the championship game Sunday, 8:42. Oh.
6:42.
Okay, good. Jesus. I literally, you just heard me say I'm not watching that game. Yeah. I'm not going to watch that game. 6:42 p.m. on Sunday. AJ, 3.5-point favorites at home are the Rams. How do you see this thing going?
Man, I mean, so we all know the Niners have had a good beat on the Rams in when they've played in the past. But I still hear right now, I love the Niners and how they play. I like a lot of the players on the team, but I'm taking Rams at minus 3.5 at home to get it done and send Stafford and OBJ and the whole squad to the Super Bowl.
All right, give me the Niners plus 3.5.
All right. Are you confident?
No idea.
If the Niners win, does it have to be close? And could the Rams blow them out?
So there's a stat that Tone Diggs sent to the group. 37 out of the last 40 championship games, the team that won has covered as well. So I'm not saying, and both of my picks have been the complete opposite of that, and that's 92.5% over the last 40 championship games. I'm saying Chiefs win, Bengals cover. So I'm thinking it's going to be 37 out of the last 41 at about 6:30 or whatever. Then when 6:42 happens, I'm thinking there's a chance Rams win, but 3.5 points I feel good about with the Niners. And I might be completely wrong. I have been, obviously 0 for 4 last week with 2 Super Boosts losing on back-to-back days. I mean, I am nowhere near knowing shit about fuck at this point, but I don't think anybody does. For me, that stat, although it is very alarming and is very telling, I don't think it knows about this NFL season on this particular Sunday.
Yeah, I think it's hard to be confident in either of these games this weekend. I'm probably going to be on your side on both these strictly because but you keep doing this.
Geez.
They did. I'm just saying the Chiefs, all year, what did they start, 2-4? And it was like, I don't know, Chiefs might not. And I mean, I said it too. Like, they might not be the Chiefs anymore. And then, it feels like this last month and a half, it's been like, oh yeah, they can just turn it on whenever the hell they want and score 4 straight touchdowns. And the Cincy's O-line is really the biggest worry. They gave up 9 sacks last week.
Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs.
See, I think there is something to be said, though, about
I like the Bengals. Give me the Bengals.
They also had 3 interceptions and only scored 19 points. I'm not saying that 19 is not a lot, but if you have 3 picks, you'd assume maybe you'd score more than 19. You scored 3 touchdowns.
Can I ask you an AJ stupid question that I asked the other day on Hammer Down?
I won't have the answer, AJ might.
It's very stupid. After that Bills game,
this is bad.
It's a bad question. This game's to go to the Super Bowl, so that's why this is a stupid question. There's no chance there's a letdown after the Bills game, right? After how that game went. And people saying...
There has to be some sort of emotional dump after that type of thing, but everybody had an emotional dump.
Yeah.
It's
to go to the Super
Bowl. I don't think it's a dumb question, Diggs.
Yeah, okay. I don't think so either because of the big moment, but there's emotional shit that happens.
But I was just thinking because they're going to get up to go to the Super Bowl, though, right?
Yeah, like in the regular season, that's definitely real. But I don't know if it is in the playoffs as well.
The Bengals.
It might be more. I think it's more momentum builder.
The Bengals just find a way, man. It makes no sense. They just find a way. I don't think they're going to win either, but the Chiefs have been backdoored and not covered so many times in a situation with this number.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm sticking with the Bengals, by the way, 7.5 points.
Hopefully the Chiefs can't get 4-man pressure. That's the key. Hopefully they can't get 4-man pressure.
But they can, right? We know that from the Bengals offensive line that they can probably. But the Tennessee Titans D-line should probably get a little bit more respect than we're probably giving it. Not that the Chiefs shouldn't, but
true.
I see they're up like 14 maybe late.
Yeah.
They score, go for 2 somehow because of the rules. And then that 2-point conversion is going to be the deciding factor, whether it's 6 or 8. And I mean, that's going to be an interesting thing. I'm with you on the Bengals. We're sticking with the Bengals. Let's get to a break now. We fucking did it. We fucking did it. Then we made our picks.
Let's go.
I got the Bengals and Niners plus 3.5. You got the Bengals and Rams minus 3.5.
Correct.
Good luck.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you, and congrats on going 1-1 for this one.
Oh.
Wow. That's what I was going to say. When you guys are on the same side, it does typically bode well.
Yeah, but we're not.
Bengals.
Oh, one more.
Just come over to my side.
I wouldn't.
What if I would have? What if I would have just slid in right there?
Be awesome.
That would have been so cool coming to your side. Like, actually, that would have been awesome. I wonder what, like, Aaron thinks. You know, or like the Titans. Like, what do the Titans think of this entire thing?
I mean, I think, like Aaron said on Tuesday, I'll let you know how I feel when I do get over it. Like, I assume they're still
not going to watch
it.
Very
pissed.
You like the Chiefs?
Yeah.
And you like the Rams?
Yes. I just beaten a team 3 times one season. I mean, McAfee, come on, pal. Just once. You just lost to the guy.
6 in a row.
I love the Niners plus 3.5.
Yeah, they have a team of destiny feel.
Who do you like?
I like the Bengals and the Niners as well.
Come on, dog.
I do.
Ty got accepted into Harvard without his parents having to pay the side door.
Bingo.
Congrats, Ty.
Thank you, AJ.
Tone, who do you like?
I'm on
What
your
happened with
side.
Mina Kimes? What's going on the internet?
Well,
For real.
You wouldn't get it.
Honestly, that thing has gotten very big.
I don't get it. I don't know I have no idea what happened on either side. I just see like ESPN people pumping her or saying like, "Oh, she's great." I'm like, yeah, of course. What are we doing?
Well, Jeff Garcia, Coach JB, and others, I think, attacked her because she was going after Jimmy G's stats, and then the Niners.
This comes from the Jeff Garcia thing, right? That's what this started.
But it was before that. I mean, it was a couple days before. This had been happening for a few days.
Almost this whole week.
Yeah, it's been happening for a few days. Then Jeff Garcia got involved, and then it got amplified even more. But hey, other people's wars are not our wars. Okay, I'd like to let everybody know that. And also, Mina's come on this show, have been great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have not played sports that they talk about on TV all the time. I guess it's called journalism, is what people call it. I don't know why we're even having this conversation. But also, like in the sports world, there's going to be a lot of shit talk too. So like, I don't know. I'm indifferent about it all, but I have seen her trending a lot, and I hope she's okay. I hope she's happy. You know, like I hope she's not really riding the wave as hard as she possibly could with some people on the internet. Because, hey, Mina, fuck them all, dude.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hopefully she doesn't worry about it. She'll be all right.
Yeah, just keep doing your thing, Mina.
Speaking of Ivy League without getting in the side door, like she's genuinely very, very smart.
Yeah, but she uses stats. It's like, well, no shit. She's fucking one
So
of the
half the NFL coaches.
Yeah. But also on the flip side, there's people that are very passionate, like, hey, if you haven't played the sport, you shouldn't be allowed to talk about it. Well, they should also get mad about all journalism then, I guess, right? And then the circle just continues to go. You know?
Yeah, because we can only have a bunch of old, retired, meathead football players talk about football.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole thing that's happening right now on the internet. And I don't know, like if we talk shit on a team, though, they're probably going to attack me too, though, for like stuff. So that's where it's, I don't know.
There's no win. You can't win.
No.
Who cares?
But hey, we hope everybody gets along. It's just sports, baby. We're back in 4 minutes on the 5-Hour Energy phone line to wrap up this Feel Good Friday, January 28th. Tone, who do you got?
Same as you.
Let's fucking go. How about you, Gump? Nick Mueller.
Dogs.
He's on,
He's on the dogs.
Yeah, he's with me, I believe, as well.
Hell yeah. Ride the dogs.
I didn't know if that was the 300 reference because there's only 31% of us betting on the Bengals and probably the Niners, or if it was the underdogs barking back there.
I also have a plus 2,100 Niners Super Bowl ticket.
Oh, so we're kind of wishing for that one
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, okay, I get it. I like the way you're gambling, Fal. I like that a lot. We're back in 4 minutes with some phone calls. Cheers.
At the top of the class on the road, and it's time to run it see me coming, I'ma land mine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command. Like, see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string.
Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Coach Mike Tomlin.
Oh, man, Pat, it's an honor to be on with you, man. Thanks for having me.
You're a legend. Thank you for putting me through my workout and having the scouts actually come watch me kick at West Virginia. I don't think I've ever fully thanked you for that moment, Coach.
No, man, I've drank the McAfee Kool-Aid for a long time.
Let's get right into it. The locker room culture changed completely when I was in the league, from when I was a rookie to when I was done, and I retired after the 2016 season. Now it's even more different, I would assume, from when you came into Pittsburgh and everything like that. The dancing on the logo, the TikTok, everything like that you guys have had to experience. What is your messaging in there? How do you adapt and let players be themselves without, doing too much? Because that is a fine balance that you've been able to do, I think, in an incredible job with throughout your entire time in Pittsburgh.
I think for me, more than anything, I try to stay connected. Just getting a sense of where these guys are coming from, what's in vogue for their generation, what captures their attention, how do they learn, how do they communicate, how do they interact with each other formally and informally. And I think being a parent kind of helps me. My boys are 19 and 20, so it's not much difference between them and some of the younger guys that I deal with here. And so for me, it's just about gaining an understanding, working to stay connected. That's my general attitude, man. It's adapt or die for me. And I don't want to be one of them old crusty guys, man, that just refuses to adapt. Although I am one of those old crusty guys now.
Yeah, you are old as shit now. You know what I mean? I mean, you've been around a long time. I remember back in the day, whenever you showed up, there was a lot more, to the camera. There's a lot more.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. Now you're just old ass man now, huh?
You know how it is. Years in this business will scar you, man. It'll settle you down.
That is classic. One of my favorite moments with you is when you would tell me every warm-up, I'm going to get you back to Pittsburgh when you're old and cheap. What does that mean? What did that mean? And should that have been taken as a smack in the mouth, whenever you said that to me?
No, man, it was a tip of the cap, man. There's certain guys around this league that I'm really interested in, but I know I cannot afford. And you were one of them, so I was going to wait for you to physically deteriorate a little bit until you came back into my wheelhouse.
Yinzers are going to go bananas in Heinz Field this weekend. First time it could be filled up in a long time. I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to... Oh, mama, I'm in here for my life. I'm Is that your alarm clock? Yeah, just say yes, by the way. Yeah.
It's my ringtone. It's my alarm clock.
We appreciate you, Coach T. Last question before we let you go. Why'd you let Troy Polamalu do what he fucking did to me? I know you've heard of this. Why? Well, that's a short side of the field. That's bad football. You guys coaching unsound football over there in Pittsburgh? How did that happen?
We know you and love you as a man. But on Sundays in the fall, man, you're the nameless gray faces that we...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, never had a losing season, absolute legend, two-time Super Bowl champion, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah!
Thank you, Coach. Hey, welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here on Feel Good Friday, January 28th, 2022. We're going to hit the phones, but not before we have a conversation with one of our friends of the show, former teammate of mine, who is now campaigning to potentially be the new defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts, since Eberflus, the former defensive coordinator, is now the head coach for the Chicago Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, host of the Man to Man podcast, Everything DB, 9-year NFL secondary dominant member, big old football IQ. Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Butler.
What's up, fellas? Pat, AJ, boys, what's happening?
Coach.
Mr. Butler,
Coach,
good.
How's it going? Coach, Coach Butler.
Took some notes, AJ. I remember you went in there to host. Took some notes.
That's right. You look good.
Well, you look fantastic. I wish I would have understood that we're in a different time now, Darius. We are in a much different
time.
Hey, we're in a different time now. I see you tweeting. How do you feel about your chances to potentially become the defensive coordinator of the Indianapolis Colts?
I don't like to put a number on those things, man. But the opportunity presented itself, is out there. So, might as well throw my name in the hat. The worst they can say is no. And McCown's up there on his second round of interviews out in Houston to be a head coach. Kellen Moore walked out of his, backup quarterback role to go and be quarterback's coach the following year. So, why not?
What is your idea going to be for the defense? What type of defense are we running? How are we going to get the most out of the players? The fact that you have never coached before, does that change anything you think in the eyes of the Colts folks? Or do you think that freshness, that newness might actually bring good to the team?
I think if you ask any of my former teammates, former coaches, anybody that's been around me playing the game, learning the game, being able to teach the game to younger guys, they know I can do it. Obviously, it's going to be a learning curve, actually being in there, writing up reports and doing all the other things that go into coaching. And I'm sure coaches will look at it like, hey, guys got to earn their stripes and do those things. But, it's just a different I got a different POV, actually been out there for 9 years, been on the field, having to execute at a high level, having to communicate at a high level, knowing what different guys are going through, knowing how different guys learn. And that's really what you're seeing right now in the NFL. I feel like the offense always is kind of a couple steps ahead, and defense kind of have to play catch up, and, old ways are harder to change. But I think I bring some of that fresh blood onto that defensive side of the ball and change some things around. So I would be excited about the opportunity. Then with the Colts, you got guys like the Maniac, D. Leonard, you can do a lot of things with on the football field, Kenny Moore, Blackman, Defoe. You got guys all up and down that defense and that roster that you can do things with. So like I said, I would love the opportunity to do it with the Colts and any other job that presents itself with, it has to be the right job.
Yeah.
It has to be the right situation, the right job. And the reason up until this point, honestly, because a lot of people thought like, hey man, you're going to go into coaching, right? When you're done, you're going to go, like, nobody saw me doing anything else really. But especially for black coaches, it's always a longer climb and battle uphill. And I'm 36. I got a family. I'm not trying to get in there and bring coffee to some slappies that I know 10 times more football than. I'm not playing that type of game. So if I come into a situation, it would at least be at like a DB room type passing game coordinator type situation, and I'd be excited for it.
Yeah, but I read somewhere on the internet that the reason the Jacksonville Jags haven't officially hired Byron Leftwich is because you're flying down for an interview. Is that true?
Hey, I can't confirm or deny that. But my representation actually lives in Indy still, so you can reach out to him.
Hey, just quick question. Actual quick question. What if Ballard calls you and says, all right, fuck it, come on in. And Frank Reich says, come on in. Do you have like one of those pitch deck things that I think everybody has to go in there with your vision of the team and how you would run it and everything like that? Or are you planning on just saying, hey, you know me, I know the game? And that how deep in the process are we of actually maybe trying to become a high-level coach in the NFL right now?
Well, the good thing about it is, I've stayed, attached to the game. I still watch film. I actually consult guys, one-on-one players, actually some front office people. I've talked to some front office people, which you'll probably be surprised at, or you probably wouldn't be surprised, actually. Front office, like pro personnel, GM guys, like it's a bonus for those guys that actually know football. So putting out the everything DB videos and things like that, for some reason people can kind of pick up and learn those things easier, I guess maybe the way I put it out there. So I don't have like a 4-inch binder, with a plan to come in. But like I said, I've been working with different guys on different teams, a bunch of different systems. And honestly, I think guys overcomplicate a lot of things, especially in this league. Like with these offensive players and these coaches, like you're not going to stop. You're not holding guys. These 4 teams playing, you're not holding these teams to 17 points. You just got to be good at situational football and get off the field. 13 seconds left on the clock. You got to be able to get off the field. So I know I don't have the whole binder and all those type of things, but I've already reached out to Chris. I reached out to the powers that be. So like I said, the worst they can say is no. And this is an opportunity that, I couldn't let just go past without at least throwing my hat in there.
Hey, let's go.
D-Boy.
I didn't know the level of seriousness behind it, because we all know the coaching hours are terrible. And obviously you were a coach on the field. I got to witness you in team meetings. Chuck has talked about it. You were the go-to guy when it came to, studying, knowing, scheming, strategic, everything like that. You legitimately were another coach on the field, which I think why Chuck and everybody speaks so highly of you. But that coaching world is different, D-Bud, isn't it?
Yeah.
That coaching world is different. That schedule is, AJ and I could never ever do it. Have you fully committed to yourself to like, okay, I could do that. I want to do that. That is something I want to fully go into. I didn't know the level of seriousness here.
I mean, just to be transparent, that was one of the questions Chris asked. Hey, are you sure about this grind? And yeah, that would be, like I said, if it was a situation, and if I went into coaching, my ultimate goal would be become a head coach. So, like I said, if I go into a good situation where I actually have a voice, I have a seat at the table, and I can climb up the ranks, I'll be all for it, because, I like doing a lot of different things, but it's nothing like, being, especially this time of year, you start really missing it more. Not like being a part of, one of those playoff wins in the locker room for the 10 minutes after, that plane trip home. So I do miss that part of the game. So I think that'll make the hours but I would never be one of those coaches that's sleeping in the office, or that's, in the office till 4 a.m. like that. I mean, we don't need that in today's game. We got iPads, and you got to be productive with your time. I don't want my guys even burnt out like that, man. Look at me talking like I already got it wrong. Put in the air. But, it's time for football and it's time for other things. But like I said, I'm ready for the grind, but I'm definitely not going to be, working myself to death.
Yeah, that's smart, by the way. People that are desk watching and car watching and doing all that. Are you really getting better, or are you just doing bullshit right now so you can stay away from your family? Also, follow up, I think you'd be a great coach. Like, if you did, I think you would be an unbelievable coach, and I think you'd have a great respect amongst the players. We have a friend who went into coaching, and he was at the lowest level of coaching, and he went from, playing in the league to that coaching level that you were talking about. I don't think he enjoyed the entire coffee getting and all that stuff as well. So I respect and appreciate the fact that you're like, I think my playing days should at least account for some of the resume that other people may not have been able to build. I'm 100% on your side of that. And any former players getting into coaching, I'm a big fan.
Yeah, and I want to be clear too. It's not just that I played, because there's a lot of guys that that played the game a long time, but I wouldn't want them coaching a little league team. So it was, partly the positions I played, playing the slot cornerback position that was kind of evolving during the time I was in the league. Then going to safety, playing corner, and then being able to play for 9 years. That's a long time for a DB. So that's a room that's always getting younger and fresher, where you have to. It's going to be guys playing first, second year every year at that position. So you got to be able to teach them, got to be able to communicate with them. And like I said, the personnel, the trainers, the equipment guys, the players, any coaches that played with me, especially my tenure in Indy, I think will vouch for my FBI, my football intellect. So it's not that I don't want to make it sound like, hey, I played 9 years, give me the room. It's not that at all. But it's check my resume.
Hey, really good suit right now. How do you think you do in the room with the old whites making decisions?
I've been in a lot of rooms with a lot of old whites, and I think you just I'm gonna show up as myself. That's all I can do, and they gotta respect that. And if they don't, they don't. It is what it is. But the interview process, I'm not afraid of that. I've actually had some last year, before when I was still trying to figure out what it is I wanted to do on this other side. I had some conversations with some different personnel guys, and you'll be surprised. Twitter. People go on all the different social. Twitter is one of my favorite social media platforms.
It's the best
because it's kind of like the melting pot of you got the old whites, you got everybody on there, and I've been reached out to by head coaches, GMs, players, obviously media guys or women who've been covering the game for decades and would ask me questions, ask me insight, just tell me, hey, you're doing a great job, I'm learning a lot. So I enjoy Twitter, and I think I'll do all right in those interview rooms.
I would do terrible in there. I think it is a real skill and a talent. I think that's why you see a lot of the same names, because working those rooms is just like making business relationships, networking. It's not just what you know, it's how you get along. I mean, I would do terrible in there. I do believe, because Hey, this dude's in there doing investment banking with folks.
Oh, yeah.
He's he's handling business, the day-to-day, the structural shit I think you've had down for a long, long time. You would make like a perfect coach. I didn't know if you were being serious or not, but I do believe you would make a very, very, very solid coach. Go ahead, Tom.
Coach Butler, a city that I root for, another Coach Butler just retired as defensive coordinator. How would you go? How would you feel about going into a building with a defensive head coach where the reports are that he actually calls the plays for the defense?
I mean, if the opportunity, that would be a great opportunity. That's a historic, obviously, franchise. They're known for defense. They're known for being gritty. I would love that opportunity. Then being able to play for a guy like Mike Tomlin or coach for a guy like Mike Tomlin, that would be awesome too. So I mean, that would be another opportunity I would love.
Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Coach Butler. This actually is football aside, but are you a little worried about the current value of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency affecting, exactly
do not take
where
your
you
contract.
Exactly. Don't do that.
I would take my contract in crypto in a heartbeat, especially right now. But crypto for me, and this isn't financial advice, even though I'm looking like a sketchy financial advisor. It's a long-term play, man. It's a long-term play, and it is the future. Crypto is like the internet and like other things were decades ago, where everybody laughed at, everybody pointed to it until all the smart nerds put us in a position where we had to use it, and it's forced to become a part of our life. All of us, nobody thought we were getting a random stranger's car in an Uber. Nobody thought you'd put your face scan on your phone. It doesn't happen until it happens. So I think we're still on the beginning stages of it. And that's diamond hands over here, man. I'm not tripping on these prices.
Hold
What about the metaverse, D-Butt? What do you think about that?
I mean, it's here. It's going to be here, and it's going to be here to stay. And honestly, the metaverse been here for a while, if you really think about it. If you got any friends who, get on World of Warcraft or Call of Duty and stay in there for
Fortnite,
6-8 hours. Yeah, you're in a different place with different people experiencing the same things in live time. So that's, the metaverse has been here for a while, and now you're just going to start having business meetings. And I think this pandemic just accelerated that so much further, so much faster. And once Nike and Apple and Microsoft start getting into it, like, you better go try to find your little lot on Roblox or something somewhere.
175 billion in revenue in the first quarter. Apple,
man, they're sitting on 200 billion in cash right now just to
they're like
acquire.
Bezos. They're like Bezos. Apple is like Bezos. How much was it? 124 billion in the first quarter. In the last quarter, I mean,
64 million
an hour, 15,000 every single second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 60 grand right there. Just came into Apple. It's unbelievable.
Maybe the worst iPhone ever.
Ever. They put 8Ks on everybody, 8K cameras on everybody's phone. That was quite a invention. They have all this money. This is by far the worst experience any of us have ever had on an iPhone. Figure it out, Tim. Jeez Louise. You got all that money. Let's make the phone work like maybe the last one did or the one 2 ago. This is the worst version of Apple that we have seen in some years. As somebody who's been a part of the cult for a long time, figure it out there. I will say there are some things that everybody says is about the future and it never really catches on, and those never get talked about because only the bangers survive. Like you said, internet and metaverse and everything like that. Dippin' Dots was supposed to be Dippin' Dots.
Cross.
It never was. It's still the
ice cream of the future. That's their tagline.
Yeah,
the ice cream of the future.
And it'll never be the ice cream of today, though. That's what we're saying.
Still awesome, though. Still great.
I like the cookies and cream one myself. I never wondered why I never caught on. I always wondered why I never caught on when I enjoyed it. But I'm just saying there are things that are supposed to be the future and aren't. And that is just one example. Go ahead, Todd.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Butler, is this a strike while the iron's hot type situation? Like, do you think the reports that Leftwich and Adrian Phillips and some of these other guys, Ryan Poles, getting jobs, like, do you think now is a better time than ever for former players who maybe don't have a bunch of experience to get jobs?
Yeah, I mean, it's something you've seen. I mean, you've been seeing it for years, honestly, with people that don't look like us. Honestly, Mayock came out of the booth and went and got a GM job. I'm not sure what John Lynch did. Obviously, he played the game as a Hall of Famer, but in between going and getting the GM job. So, and I spoke about Kellen Moore and the other guys, but so it's a great time right now, and obviously I'm ready. I'm in a position. I'm here. And just like crypto, the time to strike right now.
Okay, buy the dips. That's not investment advice. That's just what everybody says on the internet.
You buy the dips and you buy a high. You just keep buying, you keep holding, man.
Hey, listen, Coach. We're hoping to buy in the Darius Butler stock a couple years ago. We'll continue to buy in. Hopefully you get an opportunity. I can't wait to see how this pans out. Man, your representation calling around, are you calling around to places saying, hey, I'm available? And how do you realistically expect this whole thing to go timeline-wise?
Right. Hey, this has happened within the last, since that job got announced. I started talking about it, posted, and then it picked up a little steam. But then I actually, you know what? I reached out to Akshay not too long ago, and then that happened. Flus moved on, and now it's just picking up steam. But it's only with that organization right now, with the Colts right now. But like I said, the right opportunity present itself. My options are open right now.
Hey, Coach Butler, we can't wait to watch it. You look fantastic. Can't wait to see the boys play for you out there, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, appreciate you.
Hey, we'll see you Super Bowl week too, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah,
that's awesome. We might not.
It might be a
coordinator.
I might be hired by then. Who knows?
You might be sleeping
out there.
You might be sleeping on your couch at the office.
Yeah.
No, never mind. You wouldn't do that. No
chance.
No way. Ladies and gentlemen, Darius Butler. Thank you, Coach. Hey, he's trying to do it. That's awesome.
I didn't know he was serious about it. That's
Me
awesome.
neither.
Good for
Early
him.
part of that conversation, I was doing a lot of almost oh, okay, this is hilarious. And then I think he's legitimately trying. By the way, would be a great coach.
Yeah.
Would be an incredible coach after seeing him work in the building and in the locker room and in team meetings. I haven't been in DB meetings, but I've been on the plane afterwards and listening to the whole conversation and all that. Would be a great coach. Those hours, though.
Yeah, those are tough.
Hey, I respect him saying I ain't doing that, but
You have talked about Chuck asking questions to the entire team and then no one being able to answer, and then just
D-Butts. D-Butts. What is it? I'm doing this. Very, very heady player. Very, very heady player. Would have a lot of respect. I'm pumped for him. Hopefully it'll happen. I mean, why not here? And then get Aaron in here, get D-Butt running the defense.
I was going to say that is probably the why not.
What?
You know.
What?
Why? What?
Who you bringing Aaron in for?
Oh, you're saying Darius Butler's defense will break Carson Wentz in practice?
Well, but I'm also saying who wants to be the coach of a defense when, you got to play red zone the entire time because he's throwing 3 picks a game.
He was one of the first quarterbacks ever to not throw his first pick in an away game until the last week of the season.
That's sweet.
Unbelievable.
Good thing about that last game of the season.
Stat that. He did. It was a big game, and he had thrown picks before that. They just were not caught. Which is a stat that is not statted.
Yeah,
right.
He's like he was pouring in San Fran. Remember that Titans pick 6? My God, that was comedy. That actually happened
In a live
against a division rival
in the fourth quarter.
It's 14-0 to start that game.
He's just trying to make a play. Carson's just trying to make a play, and that's why we love him. Let's go to Alex in Houston on the 5 Energy phone line. Alex, what's going on this Feel Good Friday, pal?
How you doing?
Keep it moving.
All right, so I wanted to talk about Eric Bieniemy because he hasn't been getting any jobs. But what if he just doesn't want to go to these bottom feeder teams like my Texans, right? He's got Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Why?
He has such a good team. Why is he gonna want to go to be a head coach of one of these shitty teams when in a couple of years, Andy Reid's going to die of a heart attack from eating all those cheeseburgers?
Jeez,
scumbag.
Should have hung up a little bit earlier. Andy Reid's going to live forever. Okay, that is kind of what's been decided. But the Eric Bieniemy as a head coach thing is interesting. Not as much steam, it feels like, this particular coaching cycle. And it's not different this year than it was last year. Chiefs are still around. Chiefs were still around last year. I do wonder if, for instance, the Lions job, if he was offered it and he said, nah, and it sounds like he is not.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I didn't. We had Maurice Jones-Drew on a while back, and he said he acted like Bieniemy thought he had the Jags job before they hired Urban. Like he was all in, like he thought it was his.
Yeah. So, and I think it's 2-3 extra payday probably, and it's a dream.
And it's what you wanted forever. Yeah, that's the thing. Like you want to run a team.
Yeah, it's your dream of running your own operation. I don't know what the deal is. I have no idea. And it's maybe the interviews. I'm not 100% sure. They say some people interview well, some people don't interview well. I'm not 100% sure, but there would be if Darius Butler got hired as a defensive coordinator, fresh out of the Man to Man podcast, I would love to hear all of the coaches pissed off about that. They would be.
I mean, yeah. to go straight to coordinator. That'd be amazing. But John Lynch, he mentioned, John went from playing to working for Fox. He was calling games, and then he went straight to be a GM. He didn't like work his way up the executive ladder.
What did Mike Mayock do? Was he what did Mike Mayock do?
He was the scouting director for NFL Network. He did all the scouting stuff for the NFL draft, and then
boom, he becomes general manager.
But was he with a team though? Did he do anything in the league before he got on TV?
He was a player. No.
He called Notre Dame games for a long time. I know that.
Hey, Mike Mayock used to be able to fly around.
Well, Louis Riddick was a hot name, I think, last year.
And he's general manager.
Yeah, and GM.
He was at Philly, though, I think, for a little bit scouting.
He was.
Okay.
He was scouting for a bit.
Yeah, he was actually in front offices, yeah.
And he played for Pitt. Yeah, he knows his town. By the way, bridge went down in Pittsburgh this morning.
man.
Looks scary. It was a nightmare of all of ours as kids growing up in Pittsburgh, which President Joe Biden just learned today, has more bridges than any other city in the world. Pittsburgh does. It is a bridge city. There's a lot of rivers. There's a lot of water. You know, that's what you're normally going to find a lot of Italians in those particular places as well. And some of those bridges have for years and years looked to be a bit, I hope this is structurally sound. This morning, one went down. Nobody was hurt, I don't believe. There was 3 people on a bus, and nobody was killed. I'm sorry.
Correct,
I don't know if they were injured or not.
No one was serious. Yeah.
But very
That's awesome. How did no one get hurt? That's crazy.
They were in a bus, too. A bus went down.
Did the whole thing like cave it, like fall in the middle? How'd it work?
Biggest nightmare of all time when driving on a bridge and the middle of it collapses. Yeah, that's kind of, you know, I had a pretty good phobia of bridges there for a while.
Wait, was it over water?
No,
Did they fall into
not.
water?
Luckily
No.
not. It was over like a ravine.
Might have had a crick in it before. Seemed like it was dried out.
I mean, pretty scary situation if you saw the road underneath you collapse.
Well, it was a bus. It was a public bus. So I assume people aren't watching the road when they're on a bus, but feeling your bottom end just kind of go out and then look out the window. Oh, shit, what is going on?
Like 3 or 4 or 5 cars.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're already riding the bus, that's the least of your worries.
Jesus.
What?
Plenty of people use public transportation.
Oh, that a baby, Nick.
How do you feel about the subway, Nick?
Unbelievable.
Subway's awesome.
Hey, I've heard the subway in New York. It's wide open right now. Like, There's some Gotham like shit popping off.
Yeah, New York itself is wide.
I know there was the
messed
big
up.
story about that one lady who, like, some lunatic came up and just pushed her in front of the tracks, and now there's like a big monument or memorial down there, and people are like deathly afraid to ride the subway.
What is it? Yeah. You know, you always see the homeless beating their penises,
Right.
Pooping and peeing everywhere down
Eating
there.
rats.
Yep.
But I guess
where do you see the homeless beating their penises?
Oh, you've never been in New York.
Yeah. This guy has never taken public
The guy just go to
transportation.
New York City one time and take some public transportation, pal. That's just standard shit. That's a Tuesday in New York, but I guess it's getting very dangerous now.
Yeah,
too.
it is.
That's
Is it because they're not arresting people or what?
Maybe that is the Gotham talk.
Yeah.
We hope everybody's healthy and safe and lives forever.
Well, unfortunately, a cop got killed there, right? A week ago?
They have the memorial today.
A couple of them.
In Harlem.
Jeez, gosh.
Hope everybody survives. Hope everybody lives forever. We hope everybody makes $1 billion as well. We'll be back on Monday with Overreaction Monday after Championship Weekend and Royal Rumble Saturday. AJ, who's winning the Rumble?
Johnny Knoxville. Can't wait.
All right. I doubt that, but we'll see you on Monday.
Who else is in it other than Johnny?
There's 29 superstars in Johnny Knoxville.
So are there any? Are the 29 superstars? They're already on the roster. There's no more. I'm sure we could have some randoms run in, right? Surprise us.
Oh yeah,
Goldberg.
I think I'm.
Wait, well, there'll be some people though that go into that Royal Rumble and they're only in the ring for like 3 seconds, right? Does that happen?
There's a couple record holders, that have been in for half a second or something like that. Yeah, there's a couple people that don't.
Can you hang around like outside the ring if you do get knocked out that early?
No, refs are sending you home. But you got to remember, nobody wants to spend a half a second in there. Everybody's going in there trying to win. And obviously, some people just aren't as focused as they get in. It's, oh my God, I'm in the Rumble. Boom, that shit's over already. Go back home. It is over for you. So everybody's in there looking for an opportunity to main event the stupendous 2-night WrestleMania, pal. That's what the Royal Rumble is all about, AJ.
Yeah.
Hey, Championship Sunday, trying to get Super Bowl.
That's right.
Saturday night, trying to get the main event of WrestleMania.
Hell
Boom.
yeah.
Let's go. Stupendous.
What about SmackDown tonight?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Where are you?
Kansas City.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were. Cool.
By the way, I think we'll be in St. Louis tomorrow morning. Any good brunch spots, please tweet us.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Okay. I'll look it up.
Love good brunch.
Are you gonna go to that?
I'll go on Yelp and tell you.
I'm going to talk to you. There's other people listening to me speak right
thought
now.
you were talking to me.
I was saying maybe people would say, look, unless you do know. If you do know a good brunch spot, I would love to hear it because I assume you have good taste buds.
I know a few brunch spots in St. Louis. Yeah.
Hey, I love good dining.
By the
cafe.
Arch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've walked through that city a couple times, I think, whenever we played against the Rams.
Have you gone up in the Arch? You can go up in that thing.
Oh, I've seen it in real life. I've not gone up inside of it.
I would not go.
What about Statue of Liberty? You ever been up in that?
No. Eiffel Tower, seen it, didn't go to the top of it. Let's see what else. I've been to the top of that one, Empire State.
Empire.
Oh, yeah.
With the King Kong thing.
They have that, that was on the other night, Jack Black's version.
Really?
Nice.
That's a good one.
2005, I think I watched it.
Yep.
I did not know what happened to those people when the tribe took over.
Pretty crazy.
It was a scary movie there for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You should see Kong Skull Island.
That's great.
Is that the most recent one?
Yeah, with Samuel L. Jackson.
Is that the one where he's fighting Bigfoot?
Come on.
I think that's Rampage.
It's Godzilla. He's talking about Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla.
Rampage Jackson, the fighter?
No, King Kong's fighting Godzilla in that one.
Good fighter.
Mm-hmm. Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, that's that one.
I seen that movie. I became a big King Kong guy.
King Kong's fighting like a different like pterodactyl thing, I'm pretty sure,
That's
in the
Skull
Skull Island.
Hey, we love King Kong, right?
Oh, yeah.
King Kong, biggest baby face out there, I think.
Is he? Is he helping
yeah.
people? Is he protecting people?
Tony
Yes.
hates his guts.
No, I'm just a Godzilla guy.
Godzilla's big fugazi, isn't he?
What are you talking about? He's the alpha fucking predator.
No, he isn't. King Kong's the fucking alpha.
No, he could have killed him multiple times.
No, I thought King Kong picked Godzilla up by his tail and said,
Well, he took him about a mile deep in the ocean, and the only way he got free was because he needed help from the humans.
That was what, round one or round two? Dude.
Yeah.
It's a 15-round fight.
And then he had his foot on his chest later, and then he chose not to.
Who, Godzilla?
Yeah. You going to SOT while you're in Kansas City?
Oh, you should.
We're not there for long enough.
Damn.
No, remember they
Oh, yeah, they
rescinded
backed
their
off.
burial.
Yeah,
They did.
that's right.
You buying that Team Brittany shirt?
I don't know what you're talking about. What is it?
Wow. That's
You know
right
what
in
you
your
should
vein.
do, Pat, is after someone wins a match tonight, maybe if Shinsuke is competing or something, he wins, you should just douse the crowd in champagne.
I'll definitely make reference to it. I mean, the amount of...
Have to.
Have to.
Yeah. Don't have a choice.
And when people get mad at me, I'll be like, whoa.
Can't I just do whatever the hell I want?
And not
Thought you guys
be
were
judged.
okay. Well, with that new curse coming out.
Is that real, dude? Is that real?
What curse? What?
No, not the curse, but like
I just sent it to you, H.
Brittany came out and said she just wants to be able to do what she wants and not be judged for it. It's like that would be the case, you know, if you were working at McDonald's or something like that and just day to day and had zero platform and weren't married to the most expensive NFL player of all time. You immediately get thrusted into the spotlight. We don't love it. Hey, we're sorry about it. This is the way. Fantasy land, nobody knows. You do whatever you want. Nobody links it together to Patrick Mahomes. It's that whole thing. But I think once you get, thrusted into that spotlight, you just have to understand, like, okay, now I can take the attention away in a negative manner, or I can make this all about me, or I can maybe, not do that. But hey, do whatever you want. Just know that when you're in the spotlight, you're in a fishbowl. People are going to watch and see and have opinions.
Diggs just sent this to me. I didn't know about it. So when you said Brittany, I assumed Britney Spears. Something was going on with her. So this is...
Nah, she's free.
Yeah, she is free.
Mahomes. Okay. So there's something, but she's donating what? Or she's matching it and donating that to a Kansas City charity?
Which is awesome.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
But to your point,
turning bad to good, she said, because she gets bullied for her actions.
like it's not as if Peyton Manning or Tom Brady or Josh Allen or any of these other guys, like it's not like a talking point every week. Like, oh, what is this person going to do?
She's growing. She's growing through it too, as well. I see.
Exactly.
Like this is a whole thing. And if you were handed a $500 million spotlight and the ability to do whatever, whenever, however, there's a chance that you don't handle it well. But I don't love the fact that all the scrutiny, instead of being like, yeah, maybe they're right, it's the complete opposite.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna turn this shit up. I love that. I actually enjoy that. I guess I should become a bigger fan. But also, like, come on, you got a $500 million right next to you, dude. You got $500 million. You guys are a great team. You're the first lady almost of the NFL at this point, Kansas City. Like, do your thing.
Cool out a little bit.
Once you finish.
I just, I don't want to, because I don't know her. I don't know her. It seems like her and Patrick have an incredible relationship. They love each other a lot. And, we have a show that's on daily. So whenever shit like that happens, it's hard not to just be like, oh, okay, this insufferable person doesn't understand that they're insufferable because we don't know the whole situation. We don't know the whole situation. True. So we don't want to have any misleading information on this program. But with that being said, also, like, you have to expect that people are going to talk about you when you're married to the MVP of the NFL and the guy who got paid $500 million to play quarterback and, he likes to catch up.
We're also a big fan of his.
Love him.
Yeah.
So it's
Everybody on earth is, I think.
Yeah. Everybody's a Mahomes fan, I feel like.
I think so, yeah. So I assume it's a lot of pressure to be the significant other. I understand that. And the family, that is not easy. I don't think any of this is probably easy to get thrusted into the spotlight like this. But also don't act like you're not.
Well, and also, they're not you the family aspect. Like, Baker Mayfield gets killed and his family probably, everyone loves Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he's really getting killed for anything that he's doing on the field or anything.
So
like
maybe
that.
this is like Tebow coming in for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Everybody talk about Tebow, don't talk about Trevor Lawrence.
Bingo.
Oh.
Maybe this is a plan for the Mahomeses. Hey.
That'd be smart.
I'm going to need you two to be fucking insufferable so no one has anything bad to say about me.
Well, I'm not saying Patrick said that.
No,
but
no,
maybe
no,
that was
just-
a decision
right.
that was made. Hey, Patrick, everybody loves and likes and is so good. You two directly associated, going to be with him at all times. Let's go ahead and ramp it up a little bit. So all the, maybe that
possible.
Maybe that's a plan. Maybe we just don't get it. That's why maybe we should be on team. Thank you.
Thank
you, Brittany. Yeah, we're playing checkers. They're playing chess. That's why he's getting $500 million to play football, and we're doing this.
Exactly. You're exactly right. I think you just hit the nail right in the head.
All right, so let's buy those shirts.
Yeah, it's genius
now that I think about it.
Holy shit, that's Kardashian level.
Yeah,
scheme.
that's Kris Jenner type.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon style.
Wow.
Chess right there. That's closed Kris Jenner.
Bingo.
And open McMahon they're running.
Yeah. My God.
Congratulations. I'm so sorry. We didn't get this ahead of time. That's on us. We take back everything we had said. Smartest group of individuals of all time. We appreciate you freeing up Patrick's brain of any hate and taking it all.
Wow.
That's fine. They're like a shield.
Yeah, it's bigger than.
I'm mind blown right now.
God.
Did Baker step off social media? I saw.
He did.
He did.
Why?
You tell me. I did not see this.
Yeah, he posted something out. He's gonna take time away from social media.
That's probably better for everybody. For everybody to do, not just Baker.
Do you have to make an announcement about it though?
Well,
couldn't you just go silent?
So hold on. That is something that people say, getting off all social media for the foreseeable future. Got to do what's best to focus on me, my family, and loved ones. Appreciate all the support. Time to get right. If it's a business or marketing inquiry, go ahead and contact CTALBY.
You got any more commercials you want me to do?
I'm good at them. You know it. Fucking hit this guy up or girl up or company up or whatever it is. I think you do have to make that announcement because if any rumors start hitting about him on the internet and he doesn't answer them, your immediate thing would be, oh, this must be true because he's not coming out against it. It's like, no, he's just not checking into the internet anymore. Mm-hmm. I think that's kind of why you would announce it, I think.
I guess, unfortunately, for people that he left the thing, you can contact his marketing person or whatever. They're going to want you to do social media usually if they want to sign you to a marketing deal.
Well,
it's kind
of
part
Miller
of it.
Lite.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted my big following. Miller Lite. Well, I don't think they looked at my account before they.
No, you're telling me marketing people are fucking dumb? No.
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy afterwards? I don't think they saw anything of the massive amount of play it got because of us doing this on the show. I don't think it went completely over their head. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you guys. Hey, some marketing geniuses read a lot of books in one of those schools that their parents got them into. So they're smarter than everybody.
Mm-hmm. They act like it.
But they are, Foxy.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Yeah.
Well,
you don't understand.
I have a question about Baker, though.
Oh, jeez.
Why does he wait until after the season to then get off social media?
Well, you're saying he should have done this a little bit ago?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not Baker Mayfield.
It's a distraction during the season if he makes this announcement. You don't want to be a big distraction. Then they ask all the players about it. What do you think about Baker getting off social media? All that.
And then every press conference he is, are you thinking about getting back on social media?
Yeah.
I feel bad for that guy that got tagged, though, because now everyone's just going to be like, hey, fuck you, C. Talbot, you son of a bitch. Please pass this on to Baker.
I think CTA is a company.
Chris Talbot.
That is Chris Talbot?
Chris Talbot, yeah.
Yeah, works for Baker Mayfield.
C. Talbot.
Oh, C. Talbot. So C. Talbot now has to be the bearer of bad news.
Yeah.
I'd like to let you know that at Boner Garage 123 has still told you that you stink.
Bingo.
Got another one. This guy said fuck you as well.
Here, got another one here. It's coming through quick. This guy said, get the fuck out of Cleveland. We'd be all better off. Well, here's another one from a lady, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, Baker, love you on the commercials. Stop fucking playing for the Browns.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm sorry. Here's another one. Is that what Talby's doing?
I hope not.
Oh, this
That's
one
not
wants
good.
to actually have you in a commercial for GoFuckYourself.com.
Oh, a shit sandwich. Oh, man, I thought we had one.
That's not going to be good for his mental health if that happens.
Talby's going to have to really pick and choose what messages sneak through, I guess.
Private account.
Oh,
Okay.
Talby.
It's already got
Smart. Yeah, you already got to him.
But how are we supposed to reach out to him? Can we send a message? It's a private account.
You can still send on IG.
Okay, you can still send a message.
He was really good on social media. Like before he got drafted, he did like that Brett Favre picture and stuff like that. Like remade that. Like it's just weird that now he would hop off.
That was a
social
great
media.
photo, dude.
That was sweet.
Such an asshole.
Gump's delivery, his facial expression.
Oh, it's the best.
He's pretty good on Snapchat too.
All right, we will miss Baker Mayfield. I will miss Baker Mayfield on social media. Whatever helps you find your happiness, I hope you do, whoever you are. But we do believe stepping away from social media middle of the season when all you're getting is heat and you are injured beyond anybody else's belief probably is the right move. But maybe he was reflecting on the season and said, you know, what was causing a lot of this shit? Well, there's other people that we've never heard of before saying things that don't matter and nobody really cares about. Maybe that's what we step away. Maybe this was just an end of the season wrap up on what can make life better and how it can make life better. He's going to be bored, though.
Oh, yeah. He's probably sick and tired of hashtagging, you know, hey, Hulu has live sports, hashtag ad. He's probably sick and tired of fucking doing that, too.
Oh, so you had to talk about that progressive
the book club.
Book club or whatever.
I don't know how bored he is. It looks like he has a lot of rehab to do.
Well, yeah, what do you do during rehab, though? I mean, you're on your phone all rehab, basically, as shit's going on. Is he gonna have to go old school? What's he going to do? Crosswords and stuff? This is what life was like before the internet.
Sudoku, yeah.
Sudoku and crosswords.
Restart Game of Thrones.
You good at Sudoku?
No, I have no idea how to play Sudoku, and I have no desire when people try to explain it to me.
AJ, 9 different little.
Yeah, you might as well not start. I told you my brain doesn't compute numbers. I told you that a long time ago. For real, I've been tested. My brain does not work with numbers.
My brain works well with numbers.
Mine doesn't.
Like not as good as everybody else's probably that is good at numbers, but I'm pretty good with the old numbers, quick numbers, not the super advanced numbers. I'm not good at all that shit. But that's more like a crossword puzzle, isn't it? Those numbers, the Sudoku. I don't think it's like actual.
It's not a crossword puzzle.
It is because you kind of got to.
They all got to like add up to certain number. Like it just seems way too involved.
You just got to get all 9 numbers on each line and each box.
Right.
I mean,
that sounds
simple.
Yeah.
AJ.
Wake up.
That sounds overwhelming for my brain. No joke. It really does.
It's not my brain. My brain is not good at Sudokus either. I'm good at word searches. Find me in a word search. I can fucking find it. You know what I mean?
I'm not good with riddles either.
Come on.
Knock, knock.
No.
All right, somebody
Who's
else
there?
leave, I guess. It's cold outside.
Who's there?
It is.
It's very cold outside. That's unbelievable.
Was that a riddle or a knock knock joke?
I don't know. Riddle me this, dude. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Bobby.
Bobby who?
Yeah, he's going to lose to Brock tomorrow night.
Oh. Hell yeah.
And I don't want to be the guy that has to be there and see him afterwards, but he's not the only person to lose to Brock. And he won't be the last person to lose to Brock. Brock's representing SmackDown tomorrow night with the Raw Championship. And Bobby's a friend of the show now. Been on a couple times. Yeah. Tried to give us a workout plan that Connor tried yesterday.
Yeah, support the troops.
He's a sergeant in the Army, just like his dad was. Yeah. By all other accounts, we'd be a fan of his.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
But
fucking Brock Lesnar, dude. Hate to.
Yeah,
Sorry about it. Sorry about it, dude. Sorry about it. All right, we got to hit the road to get to Kansas City and to St. Louis. If you have any good brunch spots in St. Louis, please send them over. We will stop by tomorrow morning, unless you can.
Nah, I think you'd be good.
St. Louis, I don't know what the rules is.
Oh, I'm sure they're wide
Midwest.
open. Yeah. We're in America here.
We're in America.
What's that, Zito?
Well, I was reading a lot of masks.
Well, just take them off because it's America and you can do what you want.
No, you can't. No, you can't. You're 100% wrong.
What you do, arrest me?
Well, I think that is something they were doing. People actually, it was becoming a full conversation.
Yeah. New York Applebee's.
Yeah, it was a problem. They came in.
Arrested like 30 people.
Hey, put the boneless wings
Really?
down. Oh
yeah.
Where was this at?
In New York City, Gotham.
Yeah, that ain't Midwest.
I thought you were going to say that in America.
No, I wouldn't say that.
It's the East Coast.
I love New York City.
We know how the East Coast.
New York City ain't New York City right now, I don't think.
Well, your guys are gone now, though, Diggs, so you don't like it as much.
Whoa. How's the family over there? Huh?
Not great.
Hey, by the way, I know we're all talking about the subway kind of being lawless and everything else being lawless, except for against the people getting kicked out of Applebee's and all that stuff. I would assume that the Paisans see a lot of opportunity in the way the world is currently operating over there. I'm not 100% sure, AJ, but I'm just thinking there's a chance there's some, there's some shit happening in the kitchen, huh?
How's your family?
They got no police. We can do whatever we want. How's the family? Is that right?
Especially in Kansas City, I would watch your boppity boopity, what you're doing down there.
Why?
KC
Mob
City.
Oh, so they'll understand. They'll understand when I come through. I think I'm going to come out walking like this.
Oh, they'll love it.
Yeah. They know. Look,
Nah, the KC mob, they keep low profile. They don't with the gabagool and the gobbity goopity and the rings. Okay.
well, they'll at least respect my type because I'm not a Midwestern Italian. I am a Pittsburgh Italian. I am very loud about it.
Yeah, that blonde hair and blue eyes screams Italian to them.
I'm from Northern Italy, dude. You never understand. You never understand. Actually, you would. You are from Northern Italy as well. I'm one of the pale skins, okay? Let's fucking... I wish I had that olive skin like Southern Italy did.
It'd be nice. No sunscreen.
Southern Italians out there in KC, huh? A lot of Sicilians out there?
Could be.
You'll know right away.
I'll sense the gabagool out
What does
there.
that mean?
Yeah.
Sense it.
What's that?
Yeah, I'll be able to get a good feel. What if there's just like fucking 10 suits in the front row? Just fucking right behind me. No, not.
Just waiting for you.
Like, whoa, I'm okay. I got people.
Hey, bring your 23 and me.
Yeah, hey, I got an email right here. Oh, well, boom, pow, boom, 0.01%. Hey, how's the family? Huh? Smacking hands. All right, we're back on Monday. AJ, good luck. You got the Bengals and the Rams. I got the Bengals and the Niners. And you have Johnny Knoxville winning the Rumble?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm not making a pick. So you could go 1-2. I could go 2-0.
Yep.
I mean, that is something that could happen. You have 3 picks. I only have 2. That's a shame.
So you can't make a pick? Oh, because you may be commentating?
He's potentially calling it.
Yeah.
Professional, yeah, like Kirk Herbstreit. Yeah, he won't.
Exactly. So you get it.
Okay. All right. Is Bob Backlund in this?
We don't know.
It's possible.
Could be.
If Bob runs in and he knee walks in, I'm taking Bob. Final selection.
Fair enough.
If he doesn't show up, Johnny Knoxville's the champ.
All right, thank you for everything.
The cattle prodder. I heard the sound effects too over the loudspeakers and the cattle prodded that dude.
Yeah, Sami Zayn pooped his pants.
That's a shame.
Yeah. No diaper.
Yeah.
Did he? Oh,
no diaper.
Nope.
You just got to get in the shower with your fully clothed then, right?
Yeah, well, I think so. But that was a segment on In Zane, which is the newest stunt show that is captivating the globe, the masses.
That's sweet.
Hey, there is millions and millions and millions of people that watch every Friday night, and it is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those shows are awesome, AJ. I go in, I have no idea what's going to happen. While they're running like the graphics, I'm like, oh yeah, that happened. Holy shit. Like as I'm going in there, it's just kind of all like I don't want to say a kid in a candy, but kind of. It's just like, oh, what's going to happen? I legitimately have no idea what's going to happen next. It's awesome. Like Royal Rumble, I don't know if I'm calling it. I will not know a single fucking thing. I'll know who's on the graphic, who's supposed to be there, but all the people that may be surprise entries and everything, I won't have a clue who it is until it happens. And that kind of scares me. I want to let everybody know it does scare me because I do know wrestling very well. I've been a longtime fan and everything, but something might have happened in some of these people's careers that I just omit somehow in my brain. I'm like, if I miss it, oh my God, maybe a little bit of research would have been great, but then it misses on the moment of that. I'm excited for it.
Oh, what if Doink the Clown comes out?
Oh, Nails.
Oh, Balky's coming out. Clown time. Nails. What if Nails comes out?
What if Nails comes out? 30th entrant?
I might be the only person equipped to talk about Nails in the wrestling business. Good for Nails.
Boogs.
Who is somebody you predict that maybe just shows up out there? You think Undertaker's showing up?
Yeah.
That's something the internet has had. Okay. What if that boom, holy shit! I can't wait to hear just what comes out. How about you, Connor?
The Rock. Dwayne's coming out.
You think Dwayne Johnson's coming out at the Royal Rumble?
100%. Black Adam's around the corner. There's a lot of stuff that Dewey's doing right now. Terramana.
What about Cena if he comes out in his costume?
He just came out.
The show.
That wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't make sense, AJ. Fucking think about it.
No, AJ, that's your guess. Cena. Your guess is Cena. Okay, your guess is Cena. All right, you're guessing Dwayne Johnson.
Yep.
You wouldn't get it, Connor.
I'm holding out for Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holds. It's been a long time. I've wanted to see him come back. What better moment? I love Dean Malenko.
Nick, your thought?
I'm going with Doink.
Doink the Clown. All right, Zito.
Rakishi.
That'd be awesome.
Nice.
Zito.
He's alive.
Okay. Yeah, we saw him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, I mean, he showed up. Foxy, your thoughts?
I was going to say Cena, but now I'm just going to say Adam Cole comes out so you can smack him in the mouth.
Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Man, he ain't getting in that building.
Oh, my
No,
God.
he's not, but.
Come on.
What are you talking about?
Foxy, wake up, pal.
No, you don't know.
You don't know.
That guy's a clown.
Well, he is a clown for sure, not like Doink the Clown, but the what's that called? Forbidden Door or whatever it was called was knocked down when Mickie James, who's currently the Impact Knockout World Champion. She's formerly with WWE. She's now with another wrestling promotion. She's in the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
And by the way, that took me by complete surprise live on SmackDown. I was like, fucking Mickie James is it? Didn't she?
I thought she.
And I was like, I was very excited and very pumped because that's not a normal thing that happens with the WWE. So I think literally the thoughts are going into the Royal Rumble that anybody could potentially show up.
What if
makes it even better?
What if Stone Cold's driving a beer truck and Kid Rock's playing?
That's a
Ain't
good
nobody
one.
gonna tell me how to live on top.
What?
He
I'm standing up
definitely-
on a commentary thing saying, shoot that beer hose. Because everybody was hiding from it. I didn't see one person go, yeah. Gas that absolute fizz right in. I'm going to puke quick with this thing.
I don't know if it'd be Stone Cold coming out with Kid, but I could definitely see the Hulkster coming out with Kid.
Jesus. He'd definitely be playing We the People because it's his newest song.
All right. All right. We appreciate you guys. People say stuff they shouldn't say all right. Let's get out of here. AJ, great week by you, honestly.
AJ.
Tony, great week. Gambling and everything.
Great week, Tony.
Can't wait to watch Hammer Down on the flight over there. Connor, thank you for your service.
Hey, thank you, Pat. Great week
Had a
by
baby
you.
Ty. Had a baby Ty.
Thank you, Pat.
Hey, let's keep it going for Nick, huh?
Hey, here we go, Nick.
Hey, that's hockey talk.
Hey, we say,
Hey, baby Zito spinning those plates back there.
Baby Zito.
Hey, Foxy cutting the clips.
Yeah,
Another vlog, come on.
Yeah, it's very
Baby. And back there in the Canadian sensation, shooting all of his shots, 20, 30 bets a night. Go up here, baby, go.
Hey, baby, go,
Baby, Thank you all our guests. Thank you all so much for watching. Hashtag PMS Feel Good Friday. Go ahead and predict what the final scores are for each game on Sunday. We'll give $50,000 to whoever can predict both scores right using the hashtag PMS Feel Good Friday. Need to have both scores right, and if you do, you'll get put into. If there's numerous people that guess right, you'll get put into a batch, randomly selected $50,000 winner
Before game time, no tricky shit.
Yeah.
What's that?
Before game time.
Of the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can enter whenever. You won't win if it's not before the game.
True.
Enter as many times as you would please. It might be a scoregami.
Good.
Could be two scoregamis.
Whoa, that'd be tough.
Anyways, hashtag PMS Feel Good Friday. Put your scores in. Thank you all so much for following along all season. Now it's time for SmackDown Rumble Championship Weekend.
Hell yeah.
What a fucking 3-day run. I'm lucky to live this life, and I'm thankful that you all watch. Cheers, be a friend, tell a friend. See you Monday.